And good evening, and welcome to the Doom City of Granitegard here on the Guard Tower. Oh my goodness, on the Guard Tower Presents. This is our weekly live. This is a weekly live stream that we do Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. And we stream that on Twitch, and then on Fridays we post it to the Guard Tower's YouTube channel. Thank you for the side comment there; that was great. And for all of you that like everything that has to do with the Doom City of Granitegard, the easiest way to check us out is to go over to our Linktree page, and that is linktr.ee/DCOG, which you can see up on the screen there, or I believe our chat monitor has that up for you already.
Not sure going there.
Linktree, you can find links over to the Guard Tower Twitch channel, their YouTube channel, as well as our Twitter, our Instagram, and Patreon, and especially our Discord channel, where you can actually talk to the cast and crew. We would certainly love to hear from you on that. If you enjoy our adventures, we would love for you to give us a follow on Twitter, on Twitch, and give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. And that would be fantastic. It certainly helps our channel grow. And it's a small little thing for you to do, but a big thing for us. And so we certainly do appreciate any of you that have done that thus far. Now, next week, we're going to be doing our Halloween horror one-shot. So it's going to take the place of our regular show. And it is called Thalassophobia, and we invite you to come with us down to the depths of the ocean
Say that.
to see Thalassophobia. Anyway, to the depths of the ocean to see what creatures are waiting for our party there.
Probably ugly.
And it is a 80s throwback horror, that kind of likes John Carpenter and Wes Craven. We are featuring Everyday Heroes as our rule set for that. That is by Evil Genius Games, and it is a modern take on the 5e. Which brings in guns and armor and all kinds of fun, cool kid stuff on that. So definitely check that out. If you haven't picked it up, it is a great system. We're also having music by Carl Casey, who is a retro synth artist who's absolutely amazing. And you can find him on YouTube, Spotify, and Bandcamp. So again, do please join us on the 29th for the beginning of our adventure. And if any of our cast are able to survive over to November 5th, we'll continue and wrap things up then. So yes, it should be true survival horror. We have quite a few ways to dispose of our players, so that should be unique and interesting. And tonight, however, we are going to have minis by Chris Wolfgang and his Glittering Cave Studios, as well as our friend Tony Thefferson, who has got a couple of surprises for our party, so we can't wait to get those out there on the table.
Nope.
And our friends over at Pocket Bar are supplying our music and sound effects. If you haven't already picked that up today, go over to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Pick that up. It is a fun and easy way to bring music and sound effects to your own adventures. And don't forget, if you love tabletop games as much as we do, that it goes to role-playing, strategy, card games, dice, minis, basically everything that has to do with the gaming hobbies, even board games as well. Stop by the Guard Tower East or West locations, visit their friendly staff, check out the thriving gaming community that's there. So I believe your next adventure awaits for you at the Guard Tower. And if you can't stop by, you can always check them out online at theguardtower.com. So definitely go and visit them today. I do think that pretty much wraps up everything that I had for the opening on that. Is there anything that I've missed, Roger?
It was beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so very much. And all right, well, we're going to roll our intro, and when we get back, we're going to throw some dice. Woo. We'll see you here in a few moments.
Once the seat of economic and political power in the Northern Territories, the city of Granitegard fell in one catastrophic moment of terror and bloodshed. In the quiet hours of the night, the massive granite mesa that served as the city's namesake exploded violently, the debris reducing entire swaths of the city to ruin. Before the inhabitants could even comprehend what had happened, they were blindsided by an army of monstrosities surging from the sewers and into the city streets. The militia valiantly attempted to protect the fleeing citizens, but their efforts were futile against the overwhelming tide of bloodthirsty creatures. And in the midst of the chaos, the city gates slammed shut, turning Granitegard into a death trap for anyone that remained behind the high, fortified walls that had been meant to protect them. For over a decade, it has stood as silent as a tomb, and shrouded in a perpetual mist. No one has entered, and nothing human has ever come out. That is, until now. 12 years to the day since the fall of Granitegard, the Trader's Gate has opened. The news has spread like wildfire across the human crescent. And like a siren's call, fortune hunters from far and wide have been drawn by the possibility of untold riches lying just inside the city walls. daring the foolish and the brave to risk it all at a chance of wealth beyond their wildest dreams. It has also stirred the interest of old rivals, with no one from the original bloodline to claim the mantle of leadership of Granitegard. Plans are forming in the dark. Powerful forces seek to play their games of state, as the lives of everyone in the north hangs in the balance. And in the midst of this all, 6 strangers have been drawn to Granitegard by something other than riches or power. Their destiny is tied to the events surrounding the fall of the city. Each of them must confront the past in order to find a way forward. Each of them must search for answers in the doomed city of Granitegard.
All right. And welcome back. We're going to go through a quick recap to kind of bring everybody up to speed where we are in case any of you have not been able to tune in. We know that nobody's missed a single episode, so just in case on that. But of all the threats that our party has encountered thus far, the way has been a constant menace since the beginning. Our heroes have known for some time that the moment of reckoning with this particular foe has been drawing closer and closer with every passing day, and last week, the Way's revenge finally manifested. But who are the Way, and what has brought our party to where we are right now is the question. And for that, we're going to look at the Reverend first. The Reverend has been drawn back to his childhood home, which is now called Newtown, by a single burning desire for retribution against those that have wronged his mother and given her a grisly death. And nothing and no one will stand between him and the righteous fury that is consuming his heart. And Damon is on the run from the Way. Fleeing from the far shores and the warm sands of the Spice Coast, he has at last come to the reaches of the Northern Territory, hoping to escape the darkness of his past. But he knows, deep down, that one cannot run from one's own shadow. And the Way itself is a criminal organization. It's part Thieves Guild, part Assassins Guild as well. They rule from the shadows by fear, and they have no qualms about shedding blood to enforce their control of the territories that they've claimed. Originating from the Spice Coast, it seems that their ever-growing menace has found its way all the way to the north. Every encounter that the party has had with the Way has always ended up bloody and brutal. And from the first time that they encountered them while they were recovering the Keystone, our heroes had to fight a very vicious battle. And from there, at the Garrison Tower, when they took that from Captain Theot and his men, again, a bloody and brutal encounter. Each time they have dealt a very terrible blow to the Way, almost nearly breaking their control over Newtown. That is, until the return of Sepp. The party was warned by a former associate of the Reverend that Sepp was coming back for them. Having been away on urgent business down along the Spice Coast, it seems Sepp has now returned to Newtown. The party was cautioned, saying that her reprisal would be savage and aimed at causing the party as much suffering as possible. And these words were true. The Way has purposely cut a bloody swath through Newtown, a bold move not only to draw attention from the party, but also to reestablish the fear of the people of Newtown that they had lost for the Way. Katja and Anna, the mother and daughter who had been rescued from the goblins during the party's first adventure, were taken. Along with Delphine and Aster, who were the daughters of Zilda and little Tom, they were taken from the Red Valerian Inn. And Rosalind Mercer, wife of Sir Gendron, longtime friend of Vaughn, she was also kidnapped. But to add to the sting of this, they also killed Big Tom and their friend, Emmett, who was the gate guard they had bonded with over time there. And the party answered the challenge. Dividing into 2 groups, each of them entered the mazes underneath Newtown, stepping into the Viper's Den from different directions. The Reverend, Damon, and Anna took the front way through the Silver Chalice, only to find that the simple hideout that the Reverend had remembered from his boyhood had now become a bastion of vices replete with fine decor. Seemingly abandoned, they ran into nobody. However, as they explored deeper, the Reverend stumbled across part of the journal that he had given to the young boy Pavis. It was torn and bloodstained. Meanwhile, Echo, Skeech, Vaughn, and Mary were busy committing war crimes against the evil old man,
Allegedly.
rendering the owner of the pawn shop unconscious and stuffing him into a sealed container.
There was no formal declaration
Yeah.
for
The
it.
heroes
Saying.
entered into the hidden tunnels of the Way. Their progress forward, however, was halted when they ran into humans and animals that had been held in cages against their will. And as Vaughn and Mary worked to get the humans out of the prison, Skeech and Echo were focused on creating an army of angry Tooth and Claw. And here
Allegedly.
is where we begin tonight's adventure. So, again, as you are helping issue them towards the ladder to climb out, helping them up on the ladder onto the rungs, returning back into the room, you can see that Skeech and Echo are talking about the armor. And just as you are about to let them know that you've gotten the people out of the room, you see the door from the halls open up, and a man steps forward. He's wearing full black attire. Damon, oh, sure, that's right. You're not there. You know. He has a symbol upon his chest. That is correct. Oh, no. And looks very wide-eyed at you all in the room and turns around and yells back down the hallway, "They're here! They're here! Warn them! Warn them!" And he begins to beat feet down the hallway.
How far away was I whenever I saw this?
You are coming back in from that far side into the room. They are over by where he has come in.
They're all close.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Can I use a reaction?
I will let you get a reaction. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So I have this magic item that I just got. That is a frying pan.
You're welcome.
A what?
And
It's a big frying pan.
as a action or reaction, the wielder of this pan may spend a charge from it to magically conjure a few things into a space that I can see within 120 feet. Is this man within 120 feet?
He is certainly within 120 feet.
His mouth, when he goes to scream, will be filled with a raw potato.
You are the right one to give that to.
But
All right. As his mouth opens up to scream, he goes, and then turns around and runs down the hallway.
no. Not loud. Hey, not loud.
I cast hold person.
Yeah, you got it.
Unfortunately, he is beating feet down the hallway currently with the potato while it lodged in his mouth.
Is he within 60 feet?
You can't see him currently. He has run down a hallway.
Okay.
Can I see him?
At this point, you would have to move over to where the doorway is to look down the hallway. You guys are standing back from where it is. The door partially opened up as he stepped through. He yelled, well, attempted to yell, went,
I potato.
and then turned around and
You
dipped
peeked.
back behind the door. And you can hear footsteps and Echo. You could pick this up, especially with Sky's hearing. His footsteps are joined by several others that are now apparently sprinting down that hallway. And voices are beginning to carry down the hallway that don't sound like his Murph.
Skeech, I think we need to unleash the hounds.
I think we only have the one, right?
I'm just looking at Sky.
Did all the other animals, are they still in their cages?
Everybody is still in the cages. You guys were discussing barding and all kinds of wonderful stuff like that. You had not released anything.
The only thing we had problems with was the bear, right?
Yeah.
So you could release the rest and sick them.
I mean, you're the one talking to him.
Sky, I need you to relay a message. We're going to war right now. Be a good girl and tell them that. And
Work.
you just get like, what does it mean? Freedom!
They can take our
But Sky is actually still under tongues, correct?
Yeah.
So this brilliant soliloquy is delivered about now is the time to seek justice against your captors, and you're actually quite impressed with Sky's delivery on that.
Can I make
Once more into the breach.
Can I make an animal handling check on the bear to see if there's anything we can do in
Just
this
redirect
moment
that
to
aggression.
win
You
over?
all have already attempted doing that. The bear is inconsolable against humans. You can let it go. It will certainly go after people.
Against
Yeah.
humans.
I think we need to come back for the bear.
Right, it's your call.
I don't know what we can do for it at this point, but we're not abandoning it here. So
I don't think we have much time. Are we releasing the rest of these animals?
yeah, they're Sky's hyping them up right now.
They're now going further and further
What if-
away down that hallway.
What if I use calm emotions
On the bear?
on the bear?
I don't have time for
I
this.
start working on the animal cages. Blast,
Yeah.
blast.
Okay, I'm gonna cast calm emotions on the bear.
All right. You cast calm emotions on the bear. Subtract your spell slot on that. The bear is no longer slavering at the mouth and attempting to eat you.
Okay. And would he be susceptible to Sky now?
If you let this thing out of the cage, the second calm emotions evaporates, you will know it is going to eat whoever is closest. There is him speaking with the bear. All the bear has is pure hatred for humanoids. Humans, sorry, for humans. It hasn't expressed anything to the goblin directly, but it hasn't also seen the goblin, so we don't know.
one.
Sorry. The animals are free.
Okay.
I got the bear.
Arm and armor them.
That's gonna take a lot of time.
Okay.
I'll work on Sky.
All right. Close enough.
You're going to put the barding on Sky?
Yes, I will attempt to do it quickly.
Okay, as you begin putting the barding on Sky, Sky immediately yelps. Subtract 1 hit point from Sky.
Why?
The barding has spikes on the interior of it,
I
small
checked
bars.
last week, and it was only on the exterior.
Oof.
Oh, we did on that?
I did.
Because it's, oh man, then I never, I will
Viewers,
not,
double check.
I will not retcon that. That is my bad. Apparently I missed something in my
Then
notes.
I won't put on the
No.
stab on
You can put on,
guy.
you can put on the barding. If I made a mistake, I'm going to drive forward on that. Yes, you can raise a Sky's AC by 2.
Ooh.
And it is going to take you about 60 seconds to put the barding on the dog.
Okay. We'll
I think-
release the rest of the animals after the thieves at this point.
I think we should release the bear when they come back. Because I think that he's going to be more likely to attack the ones that have harmed it than us.
As long as I'm out of the room,
Yeah, I
whatever
don't.
you want.
I think we come back for the bear. I don't think.
So, while this is going on right now,
It could be useful.
we're going to jump over to our other party. From down the hallway, you could hear shouts of panic and screaming going on. That they're here. Tell Sep, coming from the hallway that connects to the room, not the one you came in from, but the one hallway that you had not gone down out of this particular room. You all are still within that gambling room that you had come into.
Did we give our position away?
It sounds like it's screaming, yelling, coming towards your direction from that hall.
Oh, they must have created a commotion
Yeah,
over there.
a
Something
distraction.
really strategic.
Yeah. This is our time. Is there?
We could get into position and ambush them if they come into the room here.
That sounds great. Damon?
So can we hear which direction, like which door it's?
You know what the hallway that they're coming down from. You have not looked in there to see what's going on, but you can hear where the echoes are coming from. Not that echo.
What do you think, Damon? Is this a good situation to set up an ambush? I feel like ambush is a kind of, your speciality.
I mean, we could try, but I think she already knows we're here.
The voices are now changing direction and sounding a bit different on their echo. Sounding like they're getting further away.
Well, I think the moment passed. But it sounds like they're doing their job, which is causing a distraction so we can continue further.
We don't even know where she is.
We could follow the voice, because they're probably running back.
The fact of the matter is, and I'm still holding on to this bloody notebook. Like you said, Damon, she knows we're here. It's just a matter of whether we meet her on her terms or our terms.
Oh, I think it'll be her terms no matter what we do.
Well, if you think it's gonna happen that way, then that's what's gonna have to happen. So, follow the voices.
That's all right.
Yeah.
All right. You're going to head down the hallway. Who is leading, and are you...
I'll lead and I will sneak.
Okay.
I'm not feeling particularly stealthy, but I'm gonna go along with this for a while. I'll give you the blessing. Actually, I will give Anna the blessing of the trickster.
25.
Yay.
So I'll let you do the lead for that. So 25 is the roll. All right. You feel very confident and you're moving down the hallway. It's strangely familiar but foreign in these halls to you. And it feels very much like memories from your past as you're moving down here. Again, totally different place, totally different location, but things are still very familiar about this setup.
So I'm using my abilities to sort of create sounds that sort of muffle the clinks and clanks of Anna's armor so that you don't give away our position.
Yeah.
And you begin proceeding down the hall. Jumping back to the other party. At this point, you all have gotten the barding onto Sky. You've got 3 more wolf companions with you.
Well, I'd like to spend more time coming up with a plan. They're heading further in.
Yeah, we gotta go.
We don't
after
have time for this.
I'm gonna say to the bear, we'll come back. Sorry.
Let's go. It's back longingly. Runs.
So you're heading down the hall now?
Yeah,
I'll never forget
We give
you.
chase.
we do.
We give stampeding chase.
The wolves, I take it, are out in front? Okay.
Whatever's fastest.
So as you all are proceeding down the hallway, you all hear sounds of commotion coming your direction. It sounds like a bunch of snarling wolves heading your direction.
This is the best plan, Echo.
Sounds like wolves are heading our direction.
Ow,
Like a pack of wolves are heading your direction.
nothing could happen.
I think I'm gonna stop and like motion everybody to get like against the wall,
Okay.
just in case we can prepare ourselves.
They sicking the dogs on us or something? What's going on?
I don't
Is this a normal tactic?
This is the first I've ever heard of this happening.
All right, so we're gonna attempt to, kind of hide from.
In the hallway that you all are
A la
in, it
Kronk.
is a straight hallway, but down in about the midway of the hallway between this and the door that you see way at the far end is a T intersection. It looks like another set of doors have been opened up and pushed in. That must have been the direction those men had fled. Down the hallway, there's, again, some light coming from that way, and you're seeing shadows of the individuals that are coming your direction.
Well, let's keep going. Let's go away from the sound of dogs and towards the sounds of people.
All in all, a good life philosophy. Yeah, let's do that.
And I'm kind of like going along, like I'm sort of like nudging us to keep going
right.
further.
Scooby-Doo
Okay.
level.
Wait for us. I think I see them. Hurry, quick!
Yeah, we're like going out one door and then coming out of a door over here.
It's actually them.
Just like, yeah, running.
So as the dogs
Across
hit
the
the midpoint
hallway.
of the hallway, they turn and go through the doors that you all are approaching.
So we're behind them. Did we see
You are
them?
now behind the dogs. You have actually seen them come down, stop, and turn to head down. To them, it's a left to head down that midpoint. To you, it's a right. For you, you
Sky
see the
with them.
dogs turn left, and there's some furtive movement further down the hall.
Do you? Again, I gotta ask. Do you know that? Have I ever heard of? Well, I'm not familiar with the way like Damon is. Do they use
I
animals?
don't know. What do they?
Not really. They're pretty much very much a people-based organization. I will let you make an. Go ahead and make a. Go ahead and make a wisdom check. Actually.
Oh man, where'd my dice go? I say as I have multiple in front of me.
I think you have enough.
Where am I specific?
Yeah, that was a 1.
That was a 1. I was about ready to say I'll let you
Maybe
make it with
don't
advantage
use that
since you are
one.
familiar with the way. This is your
great.
area of
Okay,
expertise.
okay.
You said history, intelligence?
Oh, is it a saving throw?
It's a wisdom check.
Oh,
Not a
wisdom?
saving
Okay.
Yeah.
throw. You sure it's not a
Just
saving
give me a
That's a
base,
19.
Knowledge assails you.
it's a base check in that. Recalling back to your boyhood, your childhood coming up and dealing with this organization, about the only thing you can think of if animals associated with this are beasts of burden or used for entertainment, things along those lines. Not a whole lot of need for animals outside of that in your line of work.
Okay. If they're using animals now, it's like new. Like they just started this like maybe a month ago.
We can see bodies, but we can't make out that it's our friends, right?
No, but this hallway is the only section you've encountered that is actually shadowed.
All right. Well, we gotta. I say we go in the direction of the commotion. In the confusion, maybe we can get the drop on them. Let's go.
Yeah.
Start running.
You guys start running.
Yeah.
There's people that are coming towards you. However, the way the hallway does bounce, go ahead and give me a perception check from your group there.
Well, no, I'm running in the direction that the wolves are
I'll
going.
take
Where the
that.
wolves are
I
going.
got
Yeah, yeah.
+7.
So that would be away from them, right?
No, that is towards the other group. You guys are coming from opposite ends currently.
Nice.
18.
18.
Wait, did the
You
wolves
do
circle
hear
back?
familiar
Go ahead.
voices coming your way, like the Reverend's voice saying, "Let's go get them."
Oh, that's definitely Reverend's voice.
Yeah, I'm already activating both rays and 2 hands.
It is obvious. Those things glow, do they not?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So it's obvious at this point that you can see your fellow compatriots who are not the imposters at the far end of the hallway.
What?
Wait, are you chasing the wolves?
No, they're chasing the bad people that put them in cages.
They follow Sky now. Sky is their leader.
Oh,
Oh.
that was you?
You guys have been busy.
Well, there's
Yes.
a bear,
Well,
but
yes.
we'll talk about it later.
Echo,
Well,
you feel the distress from Sky immediately before you all hear the horrible agony sounds of the canines from down the hallway.
oh no.
Oh,
Oh no.
Their deaths.
We? This was now an Echo plan solely.
Oh.
I've been talking to take
Well,
responsibility for this, haven't I?
Listen, I'm very happy to see all of you. I assure you, but we gotta keep going. There's someone around here, and I pull out the notebook. Sep. This was the notebook I gave to Pavis. She has him.
There's no time
Oh,
to
no.
waste.
Let's go.
We gotta go.
And I start running in the direction of the sounds of sad doggies, I
Yeah.
guess.
yep, right there too.
As you all turn into this hallway, about 15 feet down the length of the hallway, it becomes very bright and very well illuminated.
As I am running down this hallway, I do take out my 3 playing cards and throw them onto the ground in front of me to create 3 duplicates.
All right.
So now there's a small quartet.
There's a quartet of reverends.
Reverend
I
Goodberries.
scream,
down the
I'm
hall.
sorry, Skeech, and I activate my right.
All right. As you activate your right, something feels different this time.
In a good way.
Ooh.
No.
Oh.
Go ahead and split the damage.
But what if it was good?
Ooh. Oh, it's only a 1.
A 1.
Do you still
Okay.
want us to each take 1?
Each one of you takes 1.
Okay.
However, when you do it, you feel almost a constriction when you activate it, like something has tightened its grip about you.
Like at my core, or
More
physically,
like
like my
almost like
physicality?
almost feels like hands on either side of your shoulder blades are squeezing down just for a brief moment, and then it relaxes.
Does Skeech feel it, or do I just feel it?
Each feels your emotion at
Oh,
this
no.
point, a bit of stress.
Stop
could- that
it
could-
looking.
That could be any number of things. He looks nervous.
Now, down the hallway from
Remarkably
you, it again is very well lit. You can go ahead and let's go ahead and reveal our hallway.
It's a hallway.
Now,
This is Scooby-Doo
at the
hallway.
far end is a door, and you can see 2 thieves. You're assuming that they're thieves, but 2 members, most likely of the way, are beating on a door, panicking that they can't get through the door. You do not see Sky anywhere. You do not see the canines anywhere. And they are at that far end, and they are freaking out right now, beating on that door. Right now, you all are at this end, down here. And again, you have this full length of the hallway to get to them.
I cast shapeshift on myself, and I turn myself into the gray.
All right, you now look like the gray.
And so am I at the end of the hallway there?
You're at the far end over here.
So I call out to them. Stop! I like to parlay. Come over here.
As they turn on and look down the hallway towards you and see you, both of them turn almost ghost white and plaster themselves up against that door with their hands up in the air like,
I've got very important information for Sep.
and they're both exchanging looks right now, and they both turn around and really begin pushing on that door as hard as possible.
It's your lucky day because you get to give her the good news. I've captured the Reverend Goodberries. We all know that's not his real name. And I also captured Damon. But gonna need some help to bring them in, so why don't you come over here to help me out?
They make no move to come towards you.
You'll be... Oh, I really just need to get them to listen to me talk for a minute. So I begin regaling them with my tales of how I captured the Reverend Goodberries. You see, I cornered them. The Reverend, he was fumbling in his pocket for some sort of potion bottle or something, and then he dropped it. Very clumsy. I think he's scared. Damon jumped out of the shadows, tried to stab me, but I got the best of him.
and both of them chomp onto something very quickly. And for a brief moment, there's this almost euphoric look on their face before immediately they are screeching in pain as fire belches out of their mouth for a brief moment and then begins to consume from the neck out. Their eyes begin to glow red with flames before they combust, and they fall to the ground being consumed by fire from the inside. Damon, I would like you to make a deception check.
Well, that just happened.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get one of those.
I mean, the end result was, I call this a win.
15.
15. All right, you're pretty much able to keep a controlled face, but you know exactly what that was that did that. There's a very rare poison that the Way would use, restricted to very unique situations, and that is burning sands. And that is a result of what burning sands would do to a victim. Literally consumes them so that there's nothing left to bring back. No way to contact anything from the beyond. It is a complete and total eradication.
Oh, no.
And they are gone.
Well, I didn't expect that, I must admit. But, well, the guy they deserve one way or the other. So, we gotta keep going.
Wait. Do I see any signs of where the wolves would have fallen? Something would have happened. There's a lot of space, and that door seems locked. Savon's thinking something happened between the wolves, between where we saw them and where we are currently.
Yes, if you want to use investigation, you can make an investigation.
Oh yeah, there are no wolves in this hallway though, right?
18.
18. You see the tracks of the wolves go all the way up to the door, and it looks like they have gone through the door.
Okay. I can take a look. I don't know where Sky is. I need to check if one of you could just drag my body along.
I got it.
I got you.
Okay. And then mid-sentence he passes out. And I'm looking through Sky's
And
senses.
Echo is bounced back into his body.
That was
take,
on.
Take 1 hit point.
Oh no, that's team magic field.
It cut us off.
What do you mean it cut you off?
Her and I are
the
one
thread.
mind, and she's not in there anymore. I don't know.
We'll find her.
Can I make an Arcana check and see why this might have happened?
He just looks shaken up though.
25.
25. The most guaranteed way that you know that could happen is if she's dead. If she was completely eradicated, instantly there would have been no communication back to him. The other thing could be magic utilized, some spell, some cage, something along those lines to sever the connection. That is another possibility on that. But those are the two major ones that you could think of.
It's most likely that there's something severing the connection. I imagine it's a field of some kind. That's very much likely what it is. I rolled a 19 deception that I'm very afraid that Sky is dead.
He's choosing to believe you. He's not even considering.
I want to check the bodies on the ground for keys or anything of use.
Okay, go ahead and put Perry up there by the door, please. Where are the rest of you, and what are you doing? Yep.
I'd probably be walking up with Mary,
Yeah.
prepping
Go ahead and move
an
some.
entry charge.
Yeah, I mean, if she started walking, then I would have too.
Let's put Revan up there too.
I want to stand by Damon.
All right. Let's put Damon. Where are you going to be?
I want to look at the door.
That's a trap.
All right. Let's put Damon and Echo next to the door. And I believe at this point that is
It's
Vaughn and Anna left.
I'll stand halfway down the hallway.
Halfway down the hallway.
Yeah, just so keeping us.
All right.
In an interesting turn of events, there's not just too many cooks in the kitchen up there. I'm gonna be with Anna, and I essentially just want to be like your cover fire to the door behind us.
All right, let's
Okay.
plant them there. Now, let's bring out the real map.
That was
Could you help him?
honest.
Let's
wow.
slide that over.
Oh well.
I didn't trust the Scooby hallway.
You gonna use illusion on me?
Yeah.
that is slightly larger.
Yeah.
That's a little big.
Say what?
Ruh-roh.
As you all,
Guns are going away, folks.
Oh my goodness.
as Damon approaches the door,
Incoming bazookas.
and Echo is standing behind him, and all of you will come in, the door at the far end slams shut. And as it slams shut, it disappears and becomes stone. And then everything around you dissolves to its real picture, to what it really is.
No, no, no.
You all are in a very large arena. And this hallway that you were standing on is literally a connecting platform to the center of the arena.
There's 2 parts. Oh my gosh.
All around you, you see that there is a second tier. Now, on that second tier is a set of railing that blocks your ability to go from the base of the arena up to there by these metal grates that are around it. People up top can look through. You can even look up and see them, but they're very thick and heavy iron bars that would block you from getting up and out of the arena. The door that is in front of you literally falls forward onto the ground with a heavy thud. And as it does so, again, you can now see what is in front of you. There is a cage to your left, and inside the cage, bound, is Rose. To the cage to your right, bound, is Yip Yip. Laying on the floor by, go ahead and push the door down so it lays flat. There we go. Laying by the X on her side is Sky. Yep. And in the room, you also see a group of individuals all waiting for you, apparently, at this point. There are several that are clad in cloth, some are clad in armor. You recognize some of the regular thieves' attire, but directly in front of you on that cross hang 2 bodies. Both of them have been flayed from the neck down, leaving just the face for you to see exactly whose corpse they are. One is the Gray, and one is Pavis.
Oh no.
Sitting atop the arena is a woman that you have never seen, dressed in very interesting clothing, looks foreign to the north. Damon, you immediately recognize the style from down south, so do you as Reverend. And just to the right of the woman is a gentleman in armor. And as you stare and look at the armor, the attire looks very familiar to you. Something about the pattern of the outfit. And all of you slowly look over to Damon and see the color pattern matches very similar to the jacket that he wears. Let's bring out the rest of them as well. And as you all are reacting at this moment to the environment that is around you, the woman steps to the edge of the arena. Well, that took so much longer than I thought, but I must applaud you. That was quite an interesting distraction with your wolves. So you almost wrecked my flair for the dramatic on this. That would have been very disappointing. I don't believe I need an introduction, as you all have probably guessed, but I am Sep the Blade, and she gives a flourish as she bows to you in almost a mocking manner. And you must be the heroes of Newtown that I have heard so much about. Heroes, yes, you saved those children from those terrible, terrible, nasty goblins, didn't you? And freed that caravan from the gnolls, yes, and murdered my captain and stole my garrison. Very disappointing. And I do believe that many times we have warned you off, and you kept pushing. You wanted this, did you not? This is the moment that you wanted? And I must say, I do thank you for it, though, because we have been looking for you for quite some time. Thank you for coming.
Well, you can't have him. And I push
your
forward.
way through the crowd to the front?
Yeah.
And what you're the Reverend Barry's, right? Barry, yes, the Reverend
You
Barry.
know who I am.
You're an annoying little man that has caused me a great deal of concern. Yes, I am very well aware of that.
I aim to cause you much more than concern.
Okay, so anyways, how in the world did you choose this location to come to? Dante? Interesting choice of names. So Dante, what brings you, how did you come here of all places?
I don't know, Sep. I just followed the water where it led me.
That's interesting. Is that a metaphor? I'm not following that. Did you?
Oh, do
float
you
in-
not remember the night that you and your lackeys? Oh, wait, did you not hear about that after I killed him and I ran?
Oh. Yeah, well, that wasn't me. Unfortunately, that was a tad bit out of my control, I can assure you on that. It's hard to find very good help. That is very true. So, let me ask you a question about that evening, because you were supposed to have drowned in a river, but that jacket of yours kept popping up all over the place, and we kept following it, but we're always a step behind you, which is most infuriating, I must say. So, when Falcor gave you your orders, your final test to join us, what did he tell you?
I don't quite remember.
I
It's something I'd prefer not to remember, thank you.
He asked you to kill your father, which you did do, did you not?
Possibly.
Yes, well, he's dead, and so is Falcor, which is quite interesting. And, it was by your blade that Falcor fell as well. And my favorite part of all of this is that he was so proud of you. He actually... I don't know why he chose to not let you know when he should have. He was always bragging about what you were going to be doing for the way. But, Ronan was not your father, and Falcor was. So in essence, you murdered both your fathers in one evening. Interesting change of events on that. And quite a bit of disruption you caused for our organization. How would you turn your back on something like that? And as she's speaking, the man standing next to her side steps forward a bit, seems very upset. As she's speaking, she looks back and tosses him back a bit. No. So, again, I ask you, how did you come to this point? We, again, thought you were drowned. How did you pull that one off?
It's my secret.
Well, don't worry. When tonight's done, I'm sure I'll be able to find a way to get you to talk. Your little friend down there became quite talkative once our methods were applied to him. I do believe the same will happen to you. But first, we're going to do that to all your friends, and you get to watch. Would you care to tell us which one we should start with?
Why don't you come down here and try it?
Does he talk all the time?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
You can address the man.
Wait, do you understand we're having a conversation?
Yes, I do.
And I know you're the Reverend Goodberries, and you're here to be some sort of tool for the one God and such wonderful, fantastic. What are you doing? Why are you interrupting this? This is...
I am here to kill you. And my name is Alaric.
Oh. I've got nothing on that.
It doesn't matter, because that's not the name that's important. It's not the name that I'm going to cut into you when I'm done. Ariel. Before you die, I'm going to make you say it.
Do anybody know what that...
That's my mother. And I point to the two bodies. You did that to her.
I did that to a lot of people. Wait, what? Would you refresh my memory so I know which one you're talking about?
She was the leader of the Thieves Guild.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yes. That was a good one, actually, yes. I do remember that. So, you're her little tart. Come back to get your revenge. That is classic. That is amazing. Which fantasy book did you read that in? Okay. So, yes. This is very, very interesting. I am going to really enjoy this.
Take it from someone else with a flair for the dramatic sep. Keep talking. The rest of us, we all have our reasons to be here, but you're mine. And I'm not going to leave here. You're not going to leave here alive. I promise you that. Now you can stop talking, get them down here, and face me. Tell your men to stand down.
Oh, I don't think so. I'm very comfortable here. I do believe that I will let them take care of this.
Is that because you're scared?
No.
Oh, are you sure about that? And as I'm speaking, I'm gonna reach my hand into my pocket and I'm gonna grasp the other half of the amulet that Skeech gave me while I'm speaking, because I'm actually terrified. But it does not show at all. And is it because I killed Falcor? Like, I killed Falcor. I did that. You know, the leader of the way. I killed him. Are you scared?
No, I'm not scared. And,
but you're showing that you're
is-
scared.
Inconvenienced is more the appropriate word on that. But yes, you definitely did kill Falcor. We're very well aware of that. I was trying to taunt that out of you, but you weren't going to play into my little game, which I am most impressed with. But now you've spilled the beans, and I'm very sad about that.
You should talk a big game for someone who's high up.
There's a reason I'm high up here.
It's because you're scared.
No, I'm smart.
Oh.
Putting myself anywhere near your blade would be a very foolish endeavor.
Oh, well, I'm glad that you know that.
And you can
Because
see...
I'm going to come up there and I'm going to slit your throat.
Oh.
As Damon starts talking, I'm looking around at everyone else, like giving you the eyes that like soon I'm making a move.
I do believe before you get to me, you're going to have to go through Ajax here. I think he's been waiting quite a bit of time to say hello again. And at that point, flickers black for just a brief moment. Roll initiative, please.
Hey,
I'm actually
we
shaking.
got this.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go from the top. We're going to look at 21 to 25.
Can I? Oh man. I would just like to roll good on initiative one time.
One time.
Right?
21 to 25? No. All right. Do I have 16 to 20? Absolutely amazing.
We laugh because we're crying inside.
All right. Can we how low can we go? All right, let's go ahead and look
goblins.
We're playing limbo now.
at 11 to 15.
15.
Wow. Okay, so
13.
Wait. We have 115?
Yep.
Just 115. Okay, we have Skeech.
Don't worry, I got
And then
that.
11 for me.
Okay, so we have We're in danger. We have Demon.
Yeah.
We have Echo.
You made sure of that.
Oh my goodness gracious.
What's
So
your guys' excuse?
we're gonna go 6 through 10.
I'm in shock.
I was documenting the lore.
6 through 10. You know,
Nine.
I got a
What?
Esty is dead.
I got
Wake
8.
up.
Oh, I got a
Yep.
7.
we have Anna with a 10. We,
9.
9 with Vaughn.
I got 8.
7.
Okay, so we have.
Oh my god.
Wow, that
if
is
you get 5 in a row, it rounds
bold
up.
face.
You get a
Amazing.
good
I read that somewhere.
And Mary.
It's called a full house.
I like the message.
Shooting from the moon. Yeah.
Like,
So,
take him.
I am going to ask Skeech and Rose to also give me an initiative roll.
You mean
Pushes up glasses.
You want me to roll
22.
another one?
yip?
Yep, go ahead. Not Skeech, sorry. Yep, and Rose.
Are they?
If you're getting mistaken for me, I'm sorry.
That is a.
Are they gagged or anything?
Both of them are bound and gagged inside their cage.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, just
But
like
just in case you're able to get them out of the
18.
cages, I want to be prepared. 18. Wow.
in case.
So your backup is trying to come in and save the day.
yeah.
Call your side.
While they were talking.
No offense. I'm not murder folks.
Could we see like anything about like
Be someone else.
how the cages were secured? Like, are they like? Because it looks like they're floating over something. Like,
The
could we-
cages are being suspended by chains that go up into the ceiling. The room itself is incredibly brightly lit, like it's almost daytime lit inside of this room. Down in the pits are
Yeah.
punji spikes
Oh, great.
that look like if you were to fall into them, that would be very, very terrible and bad. These areas here that are in between on the walls, these spots that you see there are actually blocked by portcullises that are very thick and very heavy.
Probably nothing.
Again,
Yeah, I think.
Never be able to open those.
and there do appear to be stairs that come up out of the pits over here, and moving through the pits look like they would be extremely painful if you do not do saves on that. So, Ajax is going to go first.
Oh, I don't
And
like it.
the lights flicker for just a brief second before you have a chance to react. Ajax hits Damon at full force and is going to teleport him and Damon all the way to this far edge right here. So let's
Bye,
grab
buddy.
Ajax up here, grab Damon over here, and they are both right here in hand-to-hand combat.
I stay.
And Ajax, for his first action, is going to attempt to give you the dual vipers.
But bro, no.
All right.
Sounds bad.
And
He pulls
Be a lot
out two
cooler if
vipers.
as he is slammed into you and you teleport and come out of the shadow, the blades come out and you see that they are very much the full initiate blades for the way. And as he slides forward, it hits both sides of your armor and the blades just ride right along the edges of the armor as it comes through. And you can see the poison dripping off the tips as he does so. And he quickly recoils and steps back. And those are his actions this turn. And we move to Skeech. You are first on the party to take your action.
How does it? So you said the cages are suspended by a chain.
Yes.
Does it look like there's some sort of mechanism that would lower them?
They are actually no. It does not look like they could be like they're lowered up and down this way.
Okay.
It looks like the bottom of the cage can be opened up and it will drop out.
Oh, good.
However, what you do see is there is enough slack in the cage that if it is loosened from a certain point, you can bring it over to the edge. If you get it to swing or something along those lines, and then release the slack. How it's taken back up again looks pretty rudimentary. Not a whole lot of heavy mechanics in that.
All right then. I will turn to address everyone else that's right there, since I have walked up with a blasting charge ready for the door that's not here.
Which one do I grab?
Or I'm back there.
I'm all the way back there. Don't look at me.
There are other people around you guys.
If you about burn this place to the ground.
Okay. And I'm going to
And Skeech, don't hold back.
I'm going to huck the blasting charge into the side of Yip Yip's cage.
So right there.
Yep.
You're gonna kill me.
While I'm running into it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Wow.
This.
Interesting. I would like an
Bold move, Cotton.
Give me acrobatics on that, please.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well. Love exhaustion.
Oh no.
No.
21.
21. All right.
Oh.
As you hurl the explosive device, it strikes the side of the cage, and the explosion propels the cage over towards the side right there. It is enough power and force behind it. The cage stays closed, but lands on its side on the wall there, on the ground there, with Yip Yip in it, yes. So boom, and Skeech is now standing on top of the cage and rode it over.
So it wasn't able to blast a hole into the cage?
Looking at the bars themselves, you have blown out a bunch of the bolts on the bars, and it looks like you could now slide or move some of those bars over.
I will say, my bombs do double damage to any structures.
Yes, which is why it didn't kill Yip Yip and blow shrapnel into the interior of the cage.
Hey,
and
I have
waste it.
precision explosives. It wouldn't have hurt Yip Yip anyway. Can I just take the rest of my turn, like, ripping the bars
Absolutely,
out?
you can. So, Yip Yip will join the action in the fray next round. And we're going to move down the list, I believe, at this point. So, seeing what Yip Yip is doing, the Shadow Mage is going to move into action.
The what?
Say that again.
Beg your
And
pardon?
That's crazy, because
Yes.
I could have sworn you just said the Shadow Mage.
exactly.
They're going to use their action to
He is
applaud
going
from the audience.
to. All right. So,
Brilliant.
grab our cone.
Holds up a scorecard.
And see the cone.
Yeah.
Hold that
Our
out.
ice cream
point that
machine is
towards-
broken. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
he-
Dang.
Shadow Mage, I believe, is on the other side. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Then
Oh, I
let's
don't
go
like
ahead
it.
and move him forward 10 feet so Skeech is in there.
No.
And he is going to nail Skeech with that.
So I see him
Me too.
walking up and casting some sort of spell
Yes.
with a vocal component.
And he is going to, you're going to have to make a con save of 17, please.
Is there a vocal component in that spell?
Yeah, he's chittering some strange tongue.
I would like to use a reaction to put an onion in his mouth.
I am going to do a dexterity save on that.
Well, that wasn't written in here, so
Yeah.
that's your call.
I am going to allow him to have
Get
some
near
sort of,
plot,
That seems
boy.
fair.
okay. So, I have a natural 19 on the die roll on that. I would
Unfortunate for him. It is a magic onion.
It's a Trinity mon ami.
So with his dex of +3, that's going to give me a 22. So I would say that probably would be the save. But there's a nice juicy onion laying on the floor right there.
That's
But I
canon. He
tried.
eats it.
So,
Gets
yes.
distracted. Oh, yum.
A dexterity saving.
Dexterity
Where did
saving
the
throw of
onion
17.
come from?
I do not meet a 17.
Shadow Mage just eat
All right.
it's raw.
So as
My grandpa.
as he casts the spell Shadow Bonds, you see all of these strange billowing shadows spray out from his hands in this cone, and as it strikes you, these shadows begin to like piercing into your body as it does so, and you are going to take 12 cold damage, and you're hindered for 1 minute. You get the chance to save next round again from any movement whatsoever on that.
Oh, so it's like completely.
Yeah, the shadows are binding up on you and keeping you in place, and they're just freezing cold as they envelop your body. And at that point, that is his major action at that point. And we are going to move down to Damon.
Yes. I'm gonna take my action to speak to him. I'm not going to draw my daggers. I look completely horrified, disbelief. What are you doing here? Why are you here? Ajax.
You killed our father. You did it in cold blood. You slit him open like a pig.
He was a horrible man.
He was our father.
It doesn't matter. He was horrible.
And what are you?
I'm not saying I'm better, but you can be better.
I am.
Why are you
I
here?
am better. Do you not see the power that I have? And I'm going to use it to take you apart, piece by piece.
No, this is not you speaking. We can leave this place together. You can help me. We can take down the way, and then we can go. We can leave everything behind.
Give me perception.
Oh no! Okay, my perception's bad.
And you know him inside and out, so I'm going to let you do a. Actually, give me insight. Give me insight. You would have advantage since you know your brother inside and out. So yes.
That's a 16.
16. As he's speaking, there's shadow swirling in his eyes.
Ruh-roh.
And any other actions you're taking this round?
Nope.
All right. We're going to move down to the stalwart. So the burly looking dude behind the shadow mage right there on that side, the very burly looking guy.
There's a
He is going to move over to the cage where Skeech is. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You're done with just my work.
Well, that puts the cage. As the stalwart comes over, he kicks the cage that Skeech is on one side and flips the cage over, knocking Skeech to roll the cage. And Skeech is going to drop to the ground right in front of him.
Oh, no.
And that is his action this round. He focused all of his energy in kicking that cage. And we are now moving down to Echo. It is your
He's in
turn.
front of Skeech.
Just from where I was standing, can I get an idea of if Sky is alive?
You see that there are bonds on her that are floating around her neck that are not connected to her. It looks like some sort of magical spell that is circling about her neck as she lays on the ground.
But she seems to be alive.
You do see her chest moving up and down.
Okay. I make an Arcana check on the bonds.
Yes.
That will be a 14.
14. It is some form of shadow magic. Like you saw, it looks very eerily similar to what the Shadow Mage did when he cast his spell. Something very similar. It is a dark, almost purplish color incantation that is circling about her neck.
And does she seem to be missing any hit points?
Not as far as you can tell.
Okay.
She's still wearing the barding as
I'm
well.
gonna try and communicate with her, and just in her head say, "I'm sorry. I'm coming back for you. I promise." And I'm going to use my action to dash as fast as I can towards, or I don't know how far away Skeech is from me. I have 45 movement. If I can get to him. If I can't. From the which guy? And I can get there in 45? No. Okay, yeah, I'll take all the opportunity attacks, and I'm gonna dash to Skeech.
Using all your full movement?
Yeah. So, should have 90.
Okay. So, first one misses. Second one misses. And then that would put near the stalwart. So the stalwart is going to swing and a hit. And that is going to deliver a...
Since he ends up next to him, does it trigger an attack of opportunity from the stalwart?
He didn't leave the threat range? Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, sorry. He crossed through it. So yes, you are within threat range, but you are not activating his attack of opportunity.
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, and
So that was, of course, the one that I rolled a hit on. Fantastic.
Thank you. If I can, I'm just gonna kind of put my leg over Skeech and stand between the stalwart and him.
Okay. So you're in a defensive action. Basically, he's going to have to go through you.
Yes.
All right. So for all intents and purposes, we're going to treat them in the same square, given that Skeech is small. So Echo is basically straddling over the top of him. All right. Moving down the line, the Zealot of the Darkness is going to have its action.
What was that?
Who are you people?
One who is passionate of the darkness.
Ask with some dark.
So, looking over to the Reverend, he is going to hit you with Lashing Shadows. You are going to have to roll a con save, a DC 17.
Hey,
You got this.
one god got you.
It's gonna.
I'll push you on
One god, take the wheel.
Quest forward.
Exactly at 17.
So as the Zealot begins chanting something, you see this whip of shadow come out from him, and it lashes right next to where you're standing, and then recoils back to him. And he seems very upset by it, because as it flicked towards him for a brief moment, it's almost like something slapped it away.
Which one is that?
That is the guy with the shadow
Okay,
guy.
so I look right at him like it's on.
All right. That is going to move us down to Anna at this point. It is your turn.
Great. Okay, I'm going to my favor, and my weapon will start glowing, and it's going to be with bright light within 20 feet and dim light within an additional 20. And I'm going to yell, Damon Shadow, just in case you need it. And I'm going to then run, be like up as far as I can get with 30 feet of movement.
Begin sprinting towards the main group?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then I'd like to end up in whatever position I'm in, cast it using my maul and casting a shadow like onto the floor. Yeah. Yep. 'Cause even though it's a really bright room, like if I can get it like in the right position, so
All right.
I'd like to do that.
So you're going to spend your action trying to get that into play.
Yes.
All
yeah.
right. So, moving forward down the line, let's see. The next is going to be our brutish-looking fellow over there,
Yeah.
and he's going to stand between the Reverend. There we go. He just moves in position right there and seems to brace himself. And that is his. Those are his actions, and we move down to Vaughn at this point.
I see Rose in the cage. And you said that it would swing if someone were to jump onto
Yes.
the cage, correct? I'm going to take just a small step back, and I'm going to run the 5-10 feet at a diagonal and jump from exactly where I'm at. I only want to waste 10 feet of movement. And go ahead, jump me across the gap. And as I am at the zenith, I'm going to use Eldritch Step to go ahead and just vanish with a little puff of pink mist.
Now, do you make contact with that to make you leap off?
I don't have to.
Okay, just making sure. I need to clarify.
Yeah.
All right.
And I want to use the momentum that I was carrying to continue taking me on as I use the rest of my movement to swing the cage into the people that are behind it.
All right. So you're going to basically hit the side of the cage with full momentum.
Swashbuckler.
I'm gonna jump onto the top with the chain, and I'm gonna swing it with the rest of my movement back and forth, trying to get it to go over and fall on them.
All right, for that, let's go ahead and let's do an acrobatics on that.
Let's see how well you buckle your swashbucklers.
That'll be a 22.
It's my boy.
Oh, wow. Okay. So as you do that,
My dad's
the
son.
additional chain that's lashed up on it, there's a snap sound as they brace pieces that are holding the additional chain in place. And the cage does swing forward towards those guys on the ground there. I would like you to make an attack roll with the cage, please.
Yeah, what are the cage's stats?
Big
Just go ahead and add your
I'll use my metal die.
add your
Yeah.
dex bonus to that, please. We'll just call it a day.
Gladly. And am I proficient in cage?
No, this would be an improvised weapon of sorts.
You look proficient from here.
Yeah.
15.
15. Well, that's high enough to beat the 14 armor class those poor fools are wearing. So, oh, my goodness, I had not
smash,
calculated the heavy cage damage on that.
Smash.
Do be a flavor, neighbor. Let's go ahead and drop a D8 for the cage, and you tell me the damage that it does.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I'll use my metal die again.
Good
Appropriate. Yeah.
3.
3. The cage swings forwards and lands. It basically knocks most of them out and down, so go ahead and knock them all prone. Scatter them about.
Beautiful.
And they all have taken 3 points of damage. The cage is now laying on its side with Rose and a very triumphant looking Vaughn. That's close enough.
It is less triumphant than it is honestly terrified that wasn't going to work.
But you made it look good. That's the important thing. Is there anything else that you're doing this round? I believe that pretty much should burn up most of your actions.
Free action, I just say, I'm getting you out of here. I don't know if you can speak yet, but I'm still talking to you, whether you're conscious or not.
I'll make eye contact.
Rose is very much making eye contact. If you wish, you can do what we talked about.
Speak with your eyes.
Yeah. I will cast a message and speak into your mind. Thank goodness you all are here. It's been a harrowing time.
It's a good trick.
You feel very reassured. And moving on down. So the longbowman in the back clips this arrow, and I call it an arrow. It's about 4 feet long in this shaft, and draws this thing back and lets it fly. And as it whistles through the air, that is going to be a 24, and it strikes Anna through the shin, burying about half the shaft into the ground, and the back piece of it opens up to this almost like a grappling hook on the reverse end as it pins her to the ground and freezes you in place, essentially. You are basically considered pinned at this point.
No.
You are unable to, you have 0 movement, and your dexterity checks are at disadvantage. You can attempt next round to make a saving throw against that.
Okay.
At the same time, you also suffer 5 points of damage.
Okay. Wow.
And that is his action that he takes. That is the only thing he can do this round. And moving down the line, we have Reverend.
I'm just like, eyes have gone red, and I'm not thinking at all about. All I see is the nearest person is like the big guy that just stood in front of the
Yes.
the shadow zealot.
The Zealot of the Darkness.
Zealot of the darkness.
Yep.
I look over at Sep, and I look down at the Zealot of the Darkness, and I cast Discombobulate. So I close my eyes, reach it into his mind, and just snap something.
All right. What is
Gonna make
my
a wisdom save.
Would a 19 be sufficient?
Yeah, it will. Oh, I'm sorry, intelligence.
Oh, intelligence.
Not wisdom, I'm sorry, intelligence.
So
Sorry.
That's good. That's better.
Yeah.
What was that?
that would be a 16.
Yeah, that beats it.
All right. And does it take any additional damage from
Nope.
the save?
No, it just save or suck.
All right. So as you channel your spell at him, at the same time, there's that, like there was a smack away when you did yours. There's a bit of a flash as your spell is canceled out by him.
And I see that, and I just scream, "Ah!" I look over to Skeech, or I'm sorry, Skeech over there. Skeech,
As I'm pinned to the ground with shadows.
burn them! And
Can I speak?
give you Bardic Inspiration.
There we go.
Working on it.
And then I guess I just stand there and look cool. Actually, no, I'm running up to the nearest, like, goon over here. Yeah.
And then you'll look cool.
Huh? Heck yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna stab him. But later.
Okay. So you run up.
Gotta get you.
Yeah, my rapier is out and I'm getting ready.
Like, you're next. All right. That would move us over to the crossbow. We have our crossbowmen out there on the board. They should have been up by the archer up there. Not a problem.
They went to the wrong.
Fantastic.
guild.
So yeah, the portcullis opens up. They run out and it closes behind them.
I don't.
So
Yeah, I don't.
You don't have to do that though.
Also, I see.
they are going to target
Template?
Anna
Yeah.
since she is pinned.
Great.
We gotta
Good.
do.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. I have a 17, which I don't believe penetrates your AC on
nope,
that,
it-
Anna.
It,
Because you have your shield up.
Nope. It meets.
Miss?
It meets. No, 17 hits.
17 hits. You didn't have your shield up?
I don't have a shield because
Oh,
I have
I'm so used to you having that
two-handed
up.
weapon.
Fantastic.
No, I know.
You take 6 points of
You're
damage.
right.
Your crossbow.
Oh, Shield of Faith. That's right. Okay.
And unfortunately, the other one misses. Well, actually, fortunately for you, the other one misses. So you have 3 shots that were fired. Only one of them connected home on you.
Love that.
The rest of them bounced off of your armor. And that is their action this round. We're going to move over to Mary. It is your turn.
Can you please point to me on the map so I can see where the heck I
So,
am?
Mary, you are right next to Anna, right here.
Okay, and can you tell me where Sky is in reference to me?
Sky is right up there. So from where you are, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet, I believe.
I am going to cast Dispel Magic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
There's no saving throw. I believe it's 3rd level or lower. It dispels the spell, correct?
Yeah.
Straight up? All right. And as you cast it on it, you can see the little magical incantations that were circling about the neck, they shatter into these little purplish little glows for a brief moment.
That's what I
And
thought.
Sky, you feel the connection reestablishing, but Sky is out this round. So we'll add Sky to the rotation with Echo.
Real one.
There we go. Are there any other actions you're taking this round?
I want to kind of make my way over in the direction of Vaughn.
All right, so you're going to move over towards Reverend,
It's getting exciting over here.
over to this side right over here. You can close right next to those guys that are prone.
Okay.
You still have 10. I mean, I guess those guys would be considered rough terrain.
I'm gonna step on him.
Heck yeah.
Just for
So,
flavor.
unfortunately, I do believe that because she cast the spell, that is her primary action.
It is my
So-
my action, yeah.
Are you still wearing those elven slippers?
I don't think I took them off at any point.
It's just more dramatic that way.
Well, at least they'll stay clean. That's the important thing. Looking good
That's right.
is half the battle. I learned that from G.I. Joe.
Don't want
Okay.
anybody's bodily fluids on me. No blood.
Okie doke. And so that is going to push us through this round, except the brutes, which are our boxer looking guys, are going to. Let's see, let's move them, 3 of them, over behind Echo. So let's put them lined up. Oops, helps me point that the right way. Right along there. So one facing there, then one facing right at him. Here we go, and I don't think the other one can make it around 5, 10, 15. Let's dash him over to block Echo in on the far side. He will have no actions. He can actually make it in 30 feet? 20 feet? Really? That's a really nice way.
Team are you on?
Thank you, Helping Helper, on that. That's fantastic. Thank you, Helping Hands. All right.
You're not
so-
invited next week.
Would you see a very different hand next week?
You're not invited to Echo's next
We
birthday.
may have a different hand next week, but this week we have a very nice helping hand. So miss,
It's 29.
hit,
And a half.
miss,
How many?
natural 20,
We.
hit. So 2 regular hits, a natural 20, and a miss. So you're going to take 4, 8, 12.
Many.
So 12. Well, maths is hard. 16 total points of damage from this group of brutes. These are really thuggish looking individuals, very muscular. And they just begin beating on Echo, who actually does a really wonderful job of bobbing and weaving and stepping out of the way of most of them. But 2 of them strike you, Echo, and then that one just clocks in super hard. I'm going to need you to make a Constitution check for me, please.
No, tank the branch.
We tanked the branch. 19.
19. Echo stays on his feet and stays conscious. So you don't get your clock
me in the
rang.
gut?
No, he hit you in the chin, but you just took it. You were like Rocky Balboa.
I'm just like
He was a little bit worried, like, oh, like that was actually supposed to do something.
spit out a tooth.
All the tree training.
He's like, like all of his technique just did not work right there.
You're softer than a tree.
That's
awesome.
That's kind of frightening. All right.
But to them is so out of context.
I stopped.
Let's go ahead and
struggling.
have our thieves stand back up.
I'm surprised you didn't get
So,
intimidation for
yes,
that burn.
and he would still have 15 feet of movement. So let's go ahead and move the one guy there, that dude,
My art
in direct
does not have
conference
one left
with
tooth in my
confrontation with Mary. And let's move our other 2 guys 15 feet around. Let's see now. They can close on Vaughn. Let's go ahead and have them close on Vaughn.
Oh, that's.
Clown nose.
Alrighty then. So
Let's update that.
one attack on Mary, which is going to be a 21. And I believe 21 taps your top part of your armor if you had your shield up, so that would hit. You take 4 points of damage, and he chops you with his axe, which seems to slide by your shield and wedge in. Doesn't knock the air out of you or anything along those lines, but man, you felt that. Reverend, that is going to be a 14.
Miss.
And I believe even with your extra guys there, that wouldn't even come anywhere close.
Well, I have to roll to see if he targets the. He targeted a duplicate, which that will poof one of the duplicates.
All right, one of your duplicates. You're now down to 2 duplicates plus yourself.
Yep.
All right, the 2 that are in proximity there with Vaughn are going to attempt to stab Vaughn in his toes. Oh no!
No piggies.
Could you roll that for me? Oh no!
Oh yeah. My toes wield
You
blades.
redeemed
Alright.
yourself.
That's the Kool-Aid.
They're really hard to target.
You're wearing open toe
I would like you to choose odd or even, Vaughn.
Odd, please.
As he slashes through with his blade, it misses you entirely, and what ends up happening is it slides right across Rose, and as he pulls it back out, nothing seems to happen to Rose as far as getting slashed or stabbed, but you feel this really strange kind of almost a snap feeling about your chest, like something is kind of given way that was constricting you.
Did the weapon at any time come up through the bars itself?
No, it hit off the bars and went down rather than up.
Okay.
The other one does come up through the bars, but does not strike your toe. So both those guys missed. So Mary's the only one that got struck that round. That takes care of the thieves this round. We are going to move to the top of the round at this point. And Ajax is going to engage Damon once again. And Ajax is going to reach into his bag of tricks and is going to try to hit you with blinding powder.
Oh.
That is a natural 20.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And that is going to bring that to a
Barely.
26.
What if I said that didn't hit?
So you have, since it is successful in what he did on that, you have a chance to save against it.
Sweet.
So that is going to be a Constitution saving throw on that, please. Oh, actually, no. That's a dexterity. My bad. Wrong power. A lot of powers to remember tonight. Lots of critters are running around.
It's okay. It's
That is
just
a dexterity
10.
saving throw.
It's a 10.
It is a 10. Unfortunately, you are right there when it goes off, and as the powder is, as soon as it hits the ground, you look at it and you realize exactly what it is that goes off. And it stings your eyes at this, and it is burning in them, just absolutely bloody painful. At this point, you'll be fighting at disadvantage.
Okay.
Now, you do know there is something that you have in your arsenal that can help you with that, and that is shifting your vision. It will give you disadvantage on anything beyond 10 feet, but allow you to engage him at point blank. So if you make that choice on your turn, you can engage that. He is also going to give you a single stab.
Cool. Oh, that's not cool.
Which is another natural
glasses.
20. And that is going to bring us to a
Rep.
26.
Oh, wow.
And that is going to be... That is 16 points of damage that he inflicts on you with the blade. And as the powder is stinging your eyes, you feel the tip and know what's about to happen as it slides into you. And it parts through the ribs and stabs into the meat and flesh on your side there. Constitution saving throw, please.
Bro.
12.
12. All right. You are in poisoned condition at this point in time, and you take an additional 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And as he's doing this stabbing motion, he leans in close and he goes, "Does it hurt?" And then steps back, and there's just, even in your blinded condition, you can almost feel the joy that he has currently going on. And that ends Ajax's turn. It is now Skeech's turn.
Is Yip Yip still unconscious?
You said I would join combat.
Yes,
when
Yip Yip will join combat this time. You can see Yip Yip is fidgeting and messing around inside the cage currently. You can make a saving throw. You can make a saving throw at this point to break the bonds.
Is that my entire turn?
You will have one. If you do it, it'll be an action. It's just a save against the magic.
Okay.
It's not physical bonds. It is magical bonds.
That's a natural 20 for 26.
All right, 26.
As I am inspired by...
So as the Reverend's inspiration, you also kind of get a bit of a thing as you're looking over at Yip Yip and seeing that
still
Yip Yip is coming into this. You bust the bonds, and you have... I'm going to give you your full turn because of the natural 20 on that. You
Yes.
have everything you need to do this turn. What are you doing?
So I'm going to... use half my movement to stand up,
All right.
and I'm kind of gonna go back to back with Echo for a second, or back to Calf.
Back to butt, more like it.
What's the plan?
Kill them all.
All right, good luck.
And I'm going to just run around the cage with my I have 15 feet of movement. Yep.
I believe that would be one attack of opportunity unless you have
Nope.
something to counter
My
that.
bonus action, I'm going to use the same thing I used on Vaughn. And there's going to be just a bright flash from underneath Echo. So unfortunately, this is going to catch you. And everybody within 5 feet of that square loses their reactions for this turn.
Oh, nice.
Um,
All right. The flashbang is what I believe it was.
Yep.
Goes off.
Smoke bomb.
It is
Not yet.
catches you off guard, Echo, and again, that's how you lose your reaction on it. But it's the same thing to the rest of them. They're all like, oh, like very confused about what's happening for a brief moment.
And as I round the corner of that cage, the impact bomb that I left on the ground is going to go off.
And I believe the way your bombs work, you can choose the targets it hits.
Yeah, it hits everybody but Echo.
Funny that.
Not me, right?
So I
Classic
need
goblin.
all of them to make me a saving throw.
Which saving throw? Dexterity?
What is
Constitution?
this? Ginger lives in our hearts.
This is going to be a strength.
Strength. Ooh, well, that's actually favorable. All right, I have a 17, and I'm going to do a group roll for my brutes. Unfortunately for them, that's only a 12.
DC was 14, so all of them are going to be pushed. Well, they're all going to take 3 force damage.
Yeah. So
And
the other group.
all of them are going to be pushed 5 feet away from Echo. So I believe that entire row falls into the spikes.
Oh, no. Okay, well. All right, time to see some mechanics in action here. Oh,
Yes.
oh,
Whose illusion was this?
Okay. Yikes. All right, as they fall backward into the pit, you hear these brief squeals for a moment, and this nasty, but with multiple sounds like that at the same time, and not a lot of noise coming from the pit currently.
Oh, good.
And that's going to wrap it here.
They are very dead now.
I hope so.
Just leave them there for the time being. They might come back.
Oh, don't.
All right,
Then I'll do it again.
So, back to where we were. Any other actions that you have this round? I believe that would wrap things up.
Yep, that's my
All
entire
right.
turn.
We're going to move down to the Shadow Mage at this point. And he is going to...
I don't like this guy.
Let's see here. Let's go ahead and hit you with something absolutely fun. He is going to hit you, Echo, with a wave. No, that'll take care of his friends there. Let's give you some crushing darkness. All right, let's go ahead and have you make a Constitution saving throw, please.
All right, more branches.
Let's saves I can't.
6.
6. All right. As he weaves the spell, what ends up happening from either side of you, Echo, this wall of shadow appears and then slams together with you in the dead center of it on that. Ooh, dead center. That's a great title for that on that. You're going to take 15 points of necrotic damage on that. Sorry, not necrotic, but psychic damage on that. And that is that for this round. You just took the 15 points of damage, and he is going to move back. He's going to move over towards where the crossbowmen are. Very good. All right, that is his action. It now moves us over to Damon at this point.
Well, I'm a little angry. Just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and take out my daggers. I will indeed shift my gaze so that I can see him,
Okay.
even though it fails with everything else. And then I'm gonna hit him. I'm angry. I'm viewing back when we were boys and we were competing with each other right now. That's how I'm viewing it.
Ooh. Nice, actually. All right.
19.
That would beat his armor class.
I feel like there's like a montage happening
In my
during your
brain?
turn. Yeah, but
Yeah.
like playing in the background while you're going blade to blade.
Yeah.
Is he undead at all, or is he very much so living?
Oh, he is very much so living.
Okay, just gotta
now.
ask him for now, I guess.
For now, yes, this is true.
Question.
Hopefully he will continue to stay that way.
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage, all right.
And then,
Are there any other actions, anything you're doing this round?
would I be able to use my bonus action to use Fleet Feet and disengage? And then,
Ooh, I apologize. You're at disadvantage on attack and ability checks. You'll actually have to re-roll that.
Poison
The
condition.
poison condition, yes.
No.
that's a 1.
All right, let's go ahead and drop the die.
Oh no.
No, Damon gets to drop the die. He gets to seal his own
We're gonna
fate.
take that roll then.
Well, yeah, we like that roll.
But that was a good roll.
Thank you, Helping Hands.
That's not red.
Okay, good. That would be very sad. It's an insult to injury there. All right. Because of the blinding, you just stab past him. Next round, you'll be able to make a save on that.
Okay.
And any other actions that you're taking this round?
I want to use Fleet Feet, disengage, and go as far back as I can.
I still got I don't know. I'm still holding the bright light too.
So
I'm not
you're-
bringing him over there.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
I think
Fair.
Damon's going to sprint all the way back as far as he can go with his. That it's a
30,
full dash,
yeah.
right? 30 feet.
You're definitely, yeah, you're fighting your own war over there.
We need a montage.
I need a montage.
All right. That is it at this moment in time. And we're going to move down to the guy that's in front of Echo there, the stalwart. He is going to attempt to brain Echo.
Don't.
Hey,
I have a very thick skull.
Yeah. As we have seen.
friend.
So, actually, yeah, he does not decide to brain you. He first he shouts something. Nah, he's not going to do that. He's going to go with mud in your eye. He reaches down and grabs some soil off the floor, some dust, and throws it up in your face right now. And that is going to be a DC 14 to save on that.
Pocket save.
I just see Echo
Yeah.
being no.
Oh, no, my bad. Dexterity on that one.
17.
17, all right.
I don't need my eyes. I fight with my nose.
It goes over the top of your head. It doesn't really have any effect on you on that. He seems most disappointed. So now he's going to use his second action to brain you.
Okay.
Which is a 19 plus, so that is going to be a 25 total.
That'll hit.
All right. And he does a total damage on that of 11 points of damage.
Ouch.
I'll start busting.
All right. And that is all of his actions this round. Moves over to Echo and Sky.
All right.
Sky is able to enter the fray this round.
Who's Sky? Is Sky next to anybody?
Sky is next to the crossbowman, the shadow mage, and the shadow strider.
Okay. She's going to stand up and run over to the one that hit Echo.
That is the shadow strider, but I do believe, not sure, the shadow mage is the one that hit you with the spell right there, which I believe would place her in attacks of opportunity, moving across two of them, but one
Couldn't
of them
she
not.
just walk straight down from where she is and stay out of their range?
I see.
Yeah, but then she'll be passing behind those guys can't spin around to hit her. We'll just go ahead and move her over there. That's fine.
Okay.
She is now in front of the shadow mage.
All right. So she is going to first. The Shadow Mage needs to make a DC 13 Strength save.
Not the strong suit of this particular character.
Get him.
Oh no.
Fail.
Yes.
Okay.
Pencil neck.
Goodbye. This will be a 18 plus something to hit.
That would certainly beat the armor class.
Okay. Then it's going to be 28 piercing damage.
All right.
What does she do?
She crit.
Guy
Bit that dude.
Right?
reaches down and bites this guy in the leg, and he screams like a child. And then Sky begins to kind of droopy dog him a tad bit, as she shakes him out, just blam, blam, blam. And when she lets go and kind of tosses him back, he is in terrible looking condition at this point.
He's still alive. Okay.
I believe you knocked him prone on that, correct?
Correct.
So he is still alive and prone and bleeding profusely from his leg.
And Echo is going to look at the guy in front of him, and he looks pretty battered at this point, but he's just going to take a... he's going to... like General Grievous, his cloak is going to kind of come off a little bit, and the third arm comes out with... and it's going to switch hands and just start spinning like a tornado of blades. This guy. There's one guy in combat with me, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to hit him twice.
The spin move.
Just like General Grievous.
Actually, I'm going to hit him 3 times. Well, we'll go one at a time.
We did this.
As you shift the cloak back and that mutant arm thing comes out of your chest, although he is wearing this executioner's looking hood, you can still see his eyes, and they go from this very cocky, confident look to this giant, huge, like just pin eye, like what is that?
DB stands for dead bad guy. And all right, first attack is gonna be a 15.
All right, let's see here.
And I'm also gonna be marking him with this.
Okay. You have to beat an AC on him of a 16.
Okay, so that one misses. Second attack, still with my sword. That one will do it. And that'll be, that's like a 17 plus something. And that will be 2 plus 7, so 9 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third attack with the dagger is going to be a 16 exactly.
That'll meet or beat.
And just a d4. Wow. Okay. And that'll be 5 piercing damage.
All right, so 14 points of damage.
And then I'm going to run away from him. I have 45 movement. What do the metal bars on the edges of the cage look like?
The metal bars, they're like flat bars of iron, about yay thick, like ribbons of iron.
So
that
no
are
way
all
to
bolted
slip
together.
through them.
No way to slip through them, unless you were very, very small, like something fairy size could slip through them.
Okay.
But unfortunately, you're currently not that size.
What about the any of the portcullises? Are those? big enough
You're
to
not
slip
going to be slipping through those either.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to.
Trying to run and get help.
I thought you were climbing something.
I was going to. I was going to try and get up there.
You could climb on top of the cage if you desired.
The one with Yip Yip in it?
Yes.
Trying to run and get the
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, let's place Echo on top of the cage.
You just gave
You're gonna go
him
up there and like,
something
kind of
to
like King
climb
Kong a
on.
little bit, or
Not needed. I'm just staring at this guy like, come and get me.
I'm so happy with my choices of
looking
getting
at
out
the
these magic
absolute
items.
horrible mutant in front of him with the third arm and just pure abject terror at this point. From your vantage, you can look down to the pit and see the 3 guys impaled on the spikes.
Don't feel anything.
I was just confirming what had occurred.
Oh, I know.
That's all.
I know. I'm saying
that point,
he feels nothing.
All right, so Echo and Sky, that
Murdered 3
wraps you
people
up
with
there.
Peach's help.
The Zealot looks over to his injured friend over there, and he is going to feed the darkness.
Nah.
And he looks over towards Anna, and this bolt passes out of his arm and flies towards Anna. You're going to...
Before you say anything else, are they within 30 feet of me?
Are they... The Zealot is not within
Okay.
30 feet of you. Wait, no, yes. The Zealot is within 30 feet of you, yes.
Okay. That's all I just needed to know.
I'm not liking that. All right, that is going to be a 17.
That hits.
He luck potion. So I have to re-roll it.
Oh, that's not very nice. If I rolled higher, I would have to take the lower one, correct?
It just gives you disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage? Yes, I was just kind of joking there, but yes.
Okay.
So unfortunately, he did roll higher on the second one. So
Cheers.
we'll stick with the 17, which
Great.
you said hit. So you're gonna take. Oh, you've already been injured. So you take 13 necrotic damage.
Great.
Like
The bolt then passes from you and strikes the Shadow Mage, and his wounds begin to knit.
Oh no! I give you the advantage. Huh?
Great. Thank you.
Nothing I'm doing is working right now.
Moving back over, we have our next in the lineup here is going to be Anna. At this point, you can make a saving throw.
Great. Can I hear a little more about like what the arrow looks like? That's like
It is a thick shaft of wood that has pierced basically through your leg,
through the cat. Like okay.
through the metal plate, so that the scale mail, and actually goes out of your leg in the back,
Okay.
goes into the ground, and on the far side of it is this almost like a grappling hook, but again, the opposite direction, so it's kind of pushed against your leg. So it looks like it is literally designed to create a trap to hold you in place.
Sweet. Would it be possible for me to snap the wooden part of the arrow and take my leg off?
Wow, I will let you do a Constitution check on that. dude.
Sweet.
To,
Sweet. Would this be a
to-
check or perhaps a saving throw?
Saving throw. We'll give you a saving throw to
Paladin thing.
Yeah,
to,
just paladin
to
things.
paladin up on that, man. Wow.
Oh my gosh, that was not a good roll. But so it's a 10 total.
10 total.
What if?
Oh, but I have luck. Oh my god, thank you. Okay, please.
Bless your reverend.
Yeah. Okay, that's the exact same thing. Okay.
Can I use one of my inspiration coins, the gold one, to give to her?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
What number is this?
That is a D8 that you can add to that.
Okay, tight.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay,
Can
come
you
on.
helping hands retrieve that?
Okay, so that's a 15.
15. All right.
That's a lot better.
Reaching deep down, Anna, you do not black out from the unadulterated pain that you feel as you shatter the wood and it snaps off on the arrow, and then slide your foot forward. You can feel the shaft pulling through the meat and everything, and you step down, and the bone is not broken. It apparently has slipped through the
Great.
two bones right there. So fortunately for you, it didn't do that. But man, right now you're like, I probably need to bind that. You'll be taking bleed damage at this point, and your dexterity checks will be at disadvantage.
Great. Okay.
So you are now free. You will have half your movement if you decide to move this round.
Yep.
And what is it that you were doing?
Great.
By the way, the Shadow Strider, as you were doing that,
Yeah.
is locked eyes with you, and his eyes went from very narrow to very shocked at this point that he just watched what you did.
Great. I'm going for him.
Oh my.
Yeah. Where's he at?
Advance, I guess,
Yeah.
15 feet forward.
Yeah.
You begin marching 15 feet forward.
Yep.
All right, and this is just,
Yeah.
all I can imagine is just this,
Yeah.
just like this.
Glowing maze.
Yeah, he's like,
Yep.
oh, and you can see him reaching in as he's doing so, and grabs 3 arrows as he's reaching back at this point.
Great. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action to cast the Shield of Faith,
All right, raising
Yep.
up the AC to 19 at this point.
and then making sure
We're
again.
surrounded by that holy light.
Yes. When I end my position, I want to make sure that I'm holding my maul, so there's a shadow cast. Yeah.
All right. And anything else that you're doing this round? Heal yourself up at all? No action.
I
or
think
taking
no
your
action.
action.
Yes, that's it.
So, all right. Moving over to the guy that's standing between the zealot and you all. Let's see here. He is, with his movement, he can get up there to Vaughn. So he's going to close the gap on Vaughn. And now that he is in hand-to-hand range with Vaughn, let's see what fun things we can do to you here. All right, yeah, he is going to attempt to use that wonderful axe to do some seriously nasty damage to you. Being it's how he had to walk over and climb up, that's going to eat up, so he has 1 attack on you.
He climbed up on the cage?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Let's go.
All right.
Cage match.
And swings the axe at you and has a total of a 14, which is going to miss your AC. But as the axe passes in front of you, you can see just how wickedly sharp and serrated that thing is. You realize that you do not want this making contact with your body.
I don't want any
You can see, in
axe.
fact, he also has a belt of heads that are kind of hanging on him. You can kind of see what his goal in life is. And that is all of his actions at this point in time. It now actually moves to your turn, Vaughn.
Is it a free action to question my entire existence as to how Rose spoke to me inside my head? Because as far as Vaughn is aware, that is not something that Rose is capable of doing.
That's a free action.
I will give you that as a free action for you to be like, huh? What?
Questioning everything.
Yeah, there's a thought bubble that pops up right
Yeah,
here.
I don't imagine that you actually
just
took
a
the time to
vibe
do the
of it.
type of thing, but I can imagine as things are going on, like all these.
I say, excuse
We'll
me,
unpack
I
that
have to
later.
ponder something.
Just wait.
Hey, I got 5 seconds to make my actions.
There'll be time for thinking in a moment, and I'm going to go ahead and use my action to blast Rose out of here with my ray on the same block, whichever we've been working on. And if that's not facing me, then whichever looks weakest or the next thing that I need to start blasting away to get Rose out of here.
So you
As you
started
look, you
blasting.
can see that it is the base of the platform itself that you would need to blast that wooden portion of it to unlock it.
Let's go then.
All right.
I start blasting.
Let's go in.
How much damage are you able to do to it?
Let's go ahead and see how much it can be if I go maximum.
Oh my.
Come on. Ooh, not the greatest. It's going to be 14 points of force damage.
14 points of force damage. Well, that was certainly enough to blow the lock. So let's just drop that into the pit. And
there.
Rose, you now have an egress out of the cage.
Fantastic.
So when we get to your turn here in a moment, you'll be able to make your actions this turn. And anything else that you're doing at this point?
Yes, because I used my action to cast my cantrip, I'm going to use my bonus action and I'm going to turn around and put my crossbow right into this person's gut and fire.
Uh-oh. 18 is the number to meet or beat.
And with disadvantage, it will not hit.
Okay.
Are you sure? I think I'm gonna go ahead and hand in a coin for.
What do I try to beat?
18 is the number to beat.
I did.
Oh,
It just misses, but it would work.
I'd like to turn in my coin.
You want to turn, what is that, a bronze?
Yes, this is.
That is a d4 that you get to add to your roll.
We're looking.
Let's go ahead and
2 or
pick that
higher.
up.
So I'm gonna leave
Come
that
on, buddy.
there.
Using yours, and it's a 3.
Really, that's enough to get you over the top.
Yes,
Correct?
it was a 16 now above.
All right, let's roll damage.
We're
This
just
feels
pulling
like
out.
the time to burn these.
We're pulling out all the stops.
Yeah.
Okay, it is going to be 4 points of piercing damage and 4 points of fire damage.
All right, you fire into this guy's gut at point blank range, and as it sears, and you can almost, no, you can't almost, you do smell the crackling scent of flesh burning, and he smiles at you at this point, just this wicked grin on his face as he does it, and says something to you that you speak Southern, do you not?
I do.
Oh, yeah. So in Southern, he's like, "Oh, that's fire in the gut, boy." And that is what you got right
Very
there.
uncomfortable with the energy we created.
So, anything else you've got there?
No.
Moving over to the Shadow Strider.
Not really much you can say to that.
He is seeing that Anna is coming his direction with this very determined look on her face. He has those 3 arrows, and he knocks them into his bow. He is going to move all the way to the corner in one fluid motion. And that is going to be an 18.
Misses.
All right. So what ends up happening is he does strike you with that attack. But
Okay.
what happens is
Yeah.
the scale mail that you're wearing, the arrows
Great.
bounce off of that, and all 3 arrows strike you. Tink, 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 tink. And he is not too pleased about the fact that they did not hit there, and you can see him kind of fumbling around with something right now. That is his action this turn. And that moves us over to the Reverend Goodberries. You have the thieves that are directly in front of you. You have, you can see the zealot onto one side, the crossbowmen over by Sky, and up on top of the cage you can see the unmovable up there. And
Okay. So I look over at a point which is just in between the guy with the crossbow and basically just beneath Sep, like on the wall behind, in front of her.
Okay.
So like, what I'm doing is a sphere. So I'm trying to catch those 2 and her and the
so right there,
the arrow guy if I can. It's a 10-foot sphere.
all right, let's go ahead.
But before I do that, I throw my head back, close my eyes, throw my jacket out, raise my arms, and you hear the sound of angels singing.
Yes.
I don my mantle of majesty. I look up at Sep, and I say, I'm gonna kill every one of these men. You made this choice. Now they have to die for your sins. And I take what you've seen me do before with a potion bottle. I just take a small piece of mica, just a little rock, out of my pocket, and I make a little clicking sound. But that clicking sound becomes a thunderstruck where I pointed. So they are all, and I'm casting at 4th level.
That see what happens when we get back from the break. See what happens with the Reverend's act of revenge
And
there.
I'm using this.
Oh yeah, you are.
We'll see you here in just a few moments.
Get
Please
it.
stay tuned.
at home, like rooting.
All
for
right.
this.
And as we left off, the combat had gotten quite intense, and the Reverend, looking to extract years and years of revenge, had let loose his spell. Reverend, would you continue, please?
Not use my inspiration. So I'm adding a 4 to my spell save DCs will be a 19 that they have to be, which is a Constitution save.
Oh, nuts.
Good luck.
Oh. None of them make the save.
They will take 31 points of thunder damage.
Right. So, the spheroid that you cast there, this thunder wave, a blue flash with these bolts cascading across it, rips forward from the point of origin that you had said. You see it flash up along the wall, it even hits the lip and then continues up past it. And as it hits the bars, where it should be pushing past and through a decept, all of these wards light up on the bars that basically fizzle out that part of the spell that would have passed through. However, what it does do is channelize the spell back towards the direction that it came from. Which, given the distance that you said and that it affects, it actually doubles the damage to those guys sitting on the ground there. And they all fall to the ground, just shattered. Bones.
That is
just flip them all
very
over.
dead.
Just leave them there, but just
Yeah.
Punch them to dust.
and it is actually right in front of Sky that it happens, and you can see that spear stopping just an inch from her nose, and then silence.
I look over at Sep, but then I look to my left. I don't spend too much time looking at her because I look to my left to the goon next to me. Drop your weapon. And I cast command. That's bonus action.
Where's resistance for that?
That's a wisdom save.
Wisdom save of DC.
Well, is my save DC still boosted for this rest of this turn?
round.
19.
He drops his weapon to the floor.
Into the pit.
Into the pit. He cast his weapon into the pit.
Good pull. Then I look over it, and then I look up at Seth. And then I run. Is there still people in front of me? I'm sorry, I can't even see where I am.
There is one that is within range of you that still has
Okay,
his weapon.
then I produce my rapier again, and I get ready to do battle.
All right.
Because I can't really move.
So that is the Reverend's turn there. We're going to move over to Mary. Mary, what is your action?
Okay, can you point to me on the board?
Yes, Mary, you're currently standing right next to the Reverend and in hand-to-hand range of this guy right here.
Okay, and can you point to Damon?
Damon is all the way over there,
Oh, wow.
which is a long way away.
Why do you have to be so far?
Teleporting will do that to you.
Yeah, it's shadow stuff.
Yeah.
Secrets.
How can I help
About
you?
180, 190 feet away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was appropriately far.
Okay.
A little
Cool.
bit.
Sorry, Damien had plans for you, but I don't think I can do them.
It's okay.
I would like to cast Spiritual Guardians.
All right. And
And-
where are we centering that around?
That follows me. It stays within 15 feet of me at all times.
Okay, 15-foot radius around Mary, please.
Oh, that is unfortunate for them.
That's a lot of guardians.
Oh, yeah.
So as you invoke this prayer, out of the ceiling itself, you see this white light streaming down. But as the white light is coming down, it actually begins to consolidate into multiple small, ethereal-looking angels, and they are racing in this circle around your area there. And as they do so, they also begin darting here and there and around, kind of circling those people that would be hostile to you. They don't move to engage unless I believe she directs them to engage, or does it automatically hit the 3?
If they start their turn or end their turn of this radius, they can hit.
All right. So they have already had their action, so it'll have to engage next round on that. So there we go. And any other actions that you're taking at this point, Mary? I believe you can invoke a cantrip. You have your movement still available.
Yeah. Is there? I would like to hit the nearest enemy with my shield.
That would be the guy right in front of you.
Great.
Give him a good old backhand.
Yeah. That'd be a 24.
Wow. Yeah, that would do it.
Smack him. Yeah. Eat him. Eat him.
Wonk.
And that is 8 damage.
Combined with the previous damage, so as the shield comes swinging up at him, you catch him in the jaw, and there's this cracking and tinkling sound as you see a bunch of this white matter come out of his mouth. Then a spray of blood as he shifts and falls, and he's falling down. You can tell he's going off to La La Land, but the smile that he has on his face is certainly ruined, and he collapses to the floor,
Cool.
kind of on top of the door.
Nice.
Nice.
Not dead, but certainly dreaming of happier moments in his life.
Can I kick him?
Sure, I'll give you a bonus action. You want to kick that guy while he's down?
I want to kick him while
You
he's
want to kick
down.
your man while he's down? Kick him in the shin. He's like, he doesn't even feel it. He's out there. All right, that is your action this round. Rose, the bonds have slipped. You are still gagged, but the bonds that were constricting and holding you in place, you are currently prone. And above you, you can see Vaughn kind of dancing about. You can also see that axe-wielding guy on top of the cage, looking through the ethereal circle that is moving about this area here. You can see 2 of the thieves that are kind of backing away from what's going on with that. They don't want a whole lot to do with that. And what are you doing?
It's time to bake.
I will first, as an
Is that going to be the
action,
catchphrase we're going to go with?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Shake and bake.
It's bacon time.
take the gag off of my face.
All right. I'll give you a free action for that, sure.
Fantastic. And I can see the people above me very well.
Yes. You
I'll-
recognize both. You recognize Vaughn's sets of boots, and you don't recognize the other one, so it must be somebody not good.
And well, I've seen them. I've been here a little while,
Oh,
right?
yes.
And they are injured.
Yes, they are.
All right. I'm going to first quicken mage armor on myself.
All right. As she begins to sit up to do so,
Beg your pardon.
you see all around your exterior there, this glowing form shifts for just a moment, then reconstitutes on top of you, and it's almost like glass over the top of you, or a crystalline.
I'm thinking about the bond that I feel with Vaughn, and how I know that I was used as bait to bring the party here, and wanting to really help them, and beyond the help that I've already done when I was being captured. I will cast Toll the Dead on the guy standing above me.
All right.
And that's new for me, so that's a
What-
wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw.
15.
Oh no. Natural 20.
Ah.
And
All right.
he shakes it off. I do believe with Toll the Dead, they do not suffer anything on that, correct? If they
That's
save?
correct.
All right. So, unfortunately, as you go to invoke that, something happens along the way as you're bringing that forth, and it just maybe it's because you're a little bit tired, a little bit beat up from what has happened before. It just does not quite go off.
Got it.
And at this point, he does look down in the cage to see what you're doing.
I can see through the bars of this cage,
Yes.
and I know that there's a pit if I try to exit it, so I think I'm going to stay where I am.
You could crawl out. It would take an acrobatics check. Or you can stay inside the relatively safety of it and engage anything within spellcasting range. So,
That's my plan for now.
all right, very good. And that wraps us up with Rose.
To ensure, where did the base of the thing fall in the pit? Is it like a safety zone or was it like splintered?
You would have to turn around and look to see what had happened there on your turn.
Fair enough.
So,
Find that, keep your secrets.
yeah.
You're right. I was facing that way.
No.
All right, so moving on, we have our Brute, who's the only one left of all of his murdered friends.
Good.
And he is going to climb up on top of the cage to where Echo is.
Big mistake.
And he is going to try to box you.
Will that invoke
Okay.
me?
And
I got 3 arms, buddy. You're outnumbered and outarmed.
all right, let's go ahead and give you your opportunity attack on him. You do have an opportunity attack on him.
Oh, I don't think
Each
I
does.
do. I ran away from him.
That's.
Oh.
He's fine. So I swing a frying pan.
Bang, okay. So he has gotten to the top there, and again, he is going to swing at you. And unfortunately, he loses his footing a little bit, and the punch goes wide. He used one action to climb up on top, and then that's what he had.
Can I catch his punch with my 3rd arm?
The one holding the dagger.
I do believe you moved up everything that you had there. Do you have an additional bonus action still available?
Oh, no.
Okay.
You-
If you did, I would certainly allow you to attempt that. So, all right, that burns up that end. Yip yip.
Goofy.
Finally.
You are awake. There's a bit of a hole in the cage. You are still bound at this point, but
the frying pan.
you're available.
Thing-
What would you
No.
like to do? You've got
the
Echo
wall
and some
gone.
other guy on top of the cage. You can see Skeech is banging his frying pan
Trying
off
to
the
get a
exterior of
good
the
look
cage.
at the map right now.
What did I say? Dracaris? Is that how? Fire?
Well, I don't want to accidentally hit Echo, but
Then don't.
Could be nice. Could be fun.
can I cast Agonzar's Scorcher directly up at only the dude?
You should be able to direct that straight up.
Cool.
That one is an attack roll, correct?
I think so. I have
All
this.
right.
I'm pulling up the spell now.
Line.
A line of roaring flame,
Yep.
30 feet long, 5 feet wide.
Let's
Dex
go ahead and
save.
see if there's a barbecue
Deck
tonight.
save.
Dex save.
Dex save. Should one fail, what would be the damage they would take?
3d8, which I am grabbing right
Okay.
now.
Let's go ahead and get that rolled.
I have intense sorcerer envy.
Doing math in head is hard.
Okay, the 16.
6, 4, 11.
11 points of damage. All right. Echo, right in front of you, this gout of flame rushes up out of the cage and incinerates this man. Actually, it doesn't incinerate him, it does cook him enough that he falls backward off the cage onto the ground and screeches in pain for a little bit before he goes still.
You're fired.
Quick question. Can I also kick him? Seems like the thing to do.
Why not? After a joke like that, I need something to cleanse my palate.
And just
Skeet, you give him a good boot.
I use the frying pan actually.
Frying pan.
A master sharpshooter.
and just for a
Welcome back.
yeah, and just for a tiny bit of context, I use subtle spell so I can cast without my hands.
Roger that. And
oh my god.
yes, that was a super subtle spell that you dropped out. for him.
Can I can I use my bonus action to try to get out of my restraints?
Yes. Given the fact that the flame shot out of your hands, you will be able to get out of them this round because you partially burned the ropes in doing so. All right. Yeah. So that happened. The two thieves that are outside of the burning flames right there, they are going to use their movement to go and stand on either side of the zealot. So the caster-looking guy right over here. And they hold their action. All right, that's going to bring us to the top of the round and Ajax. Ajax is going to close the gap.
We don't like that guy.
Meanwhile, on the side of the map where things are going badly.
Just Duel of the Fates playing over here.
And Ajax takes his dagger and looks at you, and he's like, and now we're going to end this. And proceeds to...
Uncanny dodge.
Yeah.
Where did the white die go?
Yes! Loser.
Let's go ahead and roll and see what happens. All right, and he sloshes past you with one dagger and then brings the second one in on the backswing. And goes wide. Both of them. And he is currently in a very open position.
Good. I want him to be perplexed.
And that is all Ajax's actions this round. Skeech, it is your turn.
So now it looks like Yip Yip is fine.
Still stuck in a cage, but
There's a big hole in the side of that that I spent a turn ripping open for you.
There's a mental cage.
Yeah, come
fair.
I can't give you
Honestly, it seems like the place to be.
Are you going to climb inside and hang out with your...
I mean,
honestly.
I wouldn't mind the company.
How can I turn that down?
Rose has not left her cage. Yip Yip's still in
I'd
there.
like to continue my journey
It's a cage
inside
party.
climb in.
Skeech climbs inside the cage. What else are you doing, Skeech? Let's go ahead and
I'm
move
gonna
Skeech
look
inside
at
the cage.
the executioning big bad mean man, and I'm gonna stick my tiny hand through the bar. Throw a little bomb at him.
Huck a little bomb at him.
Huck a little bomb at him. That'll be a 16 to hit.
That would meet or beat his armor class.
He may have
Just.
it's 11 points of fire damage.
climbing into my
Oh.
cage. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do just fine.
And then I'm going to step back from the bars.
Bless you. All right. As you hit him with the fire damage, he's like, "Ah!" Starts trying to put out his clothes and such there, and he's, "Ah! I'm gonna wear your skin."
Good luck, there's not much.
Anything else that you're doing at this point, Skeech?
No.
All right.
I use witty comment as a bonus action.
That was the witty comment right
Yep.
there.
And then I hold myself behind Yip Yip.
All right. Oh, yeah. So, we are going to move to the stalwart, which is the one that he just set on fire there. And the stalwart runs over to the cage, makes contact with it, and is going to attempt to throw the cage into the pit.
Oh!
That's not just fine.
Okay.
Strength check. All right.
Gotta
Slide
be
the cage halfway into the pit, please.
That's not an attack, right?
That is all of his actions this round. He grabs it and is like, "Arr!" and the whole cage is sliding over.
Let's talk about this.
There we go. And those are the stalwart's actions. This is going to move us to Damon's turn.
Yes.
Yes. I would like to use Fangs of Death first and foremost, but instead of one being like my second dagger, I'm gonna use the exploding bolt that Skeech gave me. So I'm gonna hit with my first dagger and then use that as well.
Oh,
He's the real MVP.
that's interesting.
I'm hogging.
So let's go ahead and see what happens.
Am I allowed to use inspiration for attack rolls?
You can use
Yeah.
you can use the inspiration tokens that you have to bolster an attack roll, to bolster damage, to influence your DC on a spell check,
Alright,
to
I
add
wanna-
damage to an attack.
I want to use the gold.
So a +8.
I won't tell you how to live your life, but
Thank you.
How many of those do you have?
18.
18 would meet and beat the armor class.
You could add these to damage, you said, right?
I
Yes.
think so.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and give you the platinum that I got.
That's going to be a plus 10.
Okay, all right. Oh my gosh, and what was the exploding bolt damage again?
Since I used the last of my alchemy regnets on that, that's gonna be 3d10.
Brilliant.
It's what now?
3d10 fire.
3d10 plus the 10, or
Yep.
3d10 with the 10?
3d10 plus the
So,
coin.
40
Got enough dice there?
Sorry. Maybe. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait.
I got some.
Okay, hang on. We're cooking.
Let him cook.
Let me cook.
And we're cooking.
Yeah, in the kitchen.
Okay. And this is sneak attack damage on top, correct?
Oh my.
Oh.
Too much power.
Okay.
That was a lot of dice.
If you want to go to someone else, I can tell you my damage in a minute. This is gonna take me a minute. I'm bad at math.
Let's get some helping hands there.
Okay.
I want to
Echo. Genuinely, I cannot read your dice.
Sorry. Here, just start listing numbers off.
call it at 80.
Just only do the big ones.
Start combining things in
It's
intervals
legitimately
of
the biggest
10.
pile of dice I've ever seen.
Don't forget to add
Plus
your mods.
Don't forget to add your mod too.
Carry the 15, add 32. Oh, crap.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
39.40, right?
I think it's 37.
32 plus 7?
Is it I think is it plus 7? It's plus 5.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is why we play role-playing games, because we get good at maths.
37.
He's breathing.
All right, Damon, as you whip out the dagger and then grab the bolt that Skeech has and you plunge them, again, both of his blades have slipped past you as this happened. And that opening, that gap that was created there, has created the perfect opportunity for you to deliver this blow. All of your training, all those years that you have been in this comes to this moment here. It's automatic. Your brain didn't even engage. It was pure, unadulterated action that happened from your body without even thinking about it. And you see the dagger penetrate his chest, and the bolt strikes him, and it explodes. And as it happens, his eyes, that shadow that's in them, disappears, and he goes, Dante. And now we move to the next person in combat, which is going to be that is going to be our Zealot of the Darkness.
Oh my god.
And the Zealot of the Darkness
I thought you wanted damage.
raises both of his arms and begins an incantation and then slams his hands to the ground. And as he does so, this wave of shadow ripples past. And as it passes over the bodies, you see the shadow fuses into them. And as it does so, all their veins begin to have that same strange purple glow. And they now all stand back up again. Can you go ahead and stand
Which
up?
one is that cast that?
That is this gentleman right over here. He stands, they all four of those guys stand up.
Gadget.
These guys down here in the pit begin making motion
Good thing they're stuck. to this.
and begin pulling themselves off of the spikes that they're impaled.
No.
And their lifeless eyes are kind of just sunken back in their heads. Very
If the cage lands on them.
all right. Now, that was every action that he had to activate that. So we move over to Echo and Sky.
Okay. Sky is next to somebody, correct?
Sky is next to the 4 zombies.
Okay. She is going to try and eat the nearest one. So they need to make a
Yummy snack.
13 strength save.
Yummy snack.
It's probably the Shadow Mage zombie. And
Mage zombie.
that is going to be a 9.
Okay.
So it
that-
does not
that-
quite make it. So you do basically the same thing that got him into this mess,
Yeah.
practically.
So
You're going to revisit again,
I
correct?
think that's gonna probably melt them. So 24 piercing damage on that zombie.
Well, see if we drop a nat 20 on that. Did not drop a nat 20, so the zombie is dead.
Okay. And
And as you begin, Sky begins shaking it, it just is not quite made out of the same certain stuff as before and kind of comes apart.
Good doggy. She'll use her movement to run over to us. She'll take the opportunity attack from the zombie. Nothing? Okay. Then she'll move her however much movement it takes to get over to us. And if you'll allow me, with my 45 movement, I want to start running on the cage to try and basically roll it back to the surface. Yeah,
I'm not gonna say that can happen. And this is a world with wizards and things like that, but that.
That's where we draw the line.
If you do move to the far side of the cage, it would create a bit of a counterbalance.
Yeah.
That would make it harder for it to tip over.
Okay. But I was thinking if I run and kind of grab onto it with my momentum, I can roll it back onto the.
Okay,
surface.
that's a little bit different than this Scooby-Doo leg action thing that I was thinking on top.
What Scooby-Doo hallway?
All right, let's go ahead and let's make that. I'm gonna say that's athletics.
Okay.
Your strong suit.
Absolutely.
And he is going to attempt to fight you on that.
Oh no.
All right. Yeah, it's not gonna do it. That's a 3.
Did you drop the white die for me?
Oh.
What? No dot? All right. Basically, as the two of you are trying to do this, you are pulling, and what you are doing is providing a bit of a counterbalance. You don't drag it back anything further. And as he is as he's trying to slide into the pit, he just does not have the grip. You can see him having to readjust his hold on that because of the weight shift of your movement on there. So no, that is not as effective as you had hoped it to be. What else are you doing this turn? Any other bonus actions or anything?
Is that my action?
That would be your action, yes.
Okay.
I'm sure you have a helping hand in there.
Yeah. I just want to stab him.
You're gonna punch him in the face or stab him while you're doing
Yeah.
that? Oh, Lord in heaven.
Going for the eye.
The eyes have it.
16 to hit.
16 on him would meet or beat the armor, yes.
Okay, and that will be. He's not undead, correct?
Oh no, not yet.
So that'll be 9 slashing or piercing damage. Yeah.
It was a dagger?
Yeah.
All right. Which arm was it?
So I have the shield on the third arm and the 2 blades in the other arm. So
all right,
just my offhand.
As you have hopped off and hung onto this thing to try to stop the momentum of this thing dragging it over the edge into the pit where the zombies are down there, he's readjusting. As he's readjusting it, he is within arm's reach, and you reach out and stab him, as you said, through the eye, and it does go through the eye. Unfortunately, it also goes deeper than that, and his body makes these very strange, twitchy motions. And he, go ahead and give me a dexterity check, please. That should be a dexterity save.
That will be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You hang on to the blade as he falls back. It does not stay in him. It pulls out, and he falls backward onto the ground.
And he's shaking right now?
He has stopped shaking. That's why he fell back over. Okay. As a matter of fact, he's not making any motion currently whatsoever.
Okay. Do I still have movement, or did I use it?
That would have been everything you can do this turn.
That's cool.
Especially hanging on to that thing and pulling on it and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Don't need that anymore. All right. We got to move on down the line here, and that would bring us over to Anna.
Great. Okay. How far away am I from the zealot right now?
From the zealot, you would be considerable distance. You're only able, you could sprint at 30.
Okay.
Using your dash, because remember.
Because my leg.
Your injured
All right.
leg, yes.
Cool.
Now,
All right.
I will allow you to make a Constitution save. If you can muster yourself through it, I will allow you to have your full movement.
That is
Great.
a save.
Yeah. Oh, that is a save.
It is a save, yes.
I love that. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Okay, so that's a 24.
So again, mustering through Anna.
24?
Yeah.
Anna justifies the goat title that she has earned before, and just with this grim determination, this is going to cost 5 hit points for you to get from here to there, but you actually have full 30 feet of movement without having to dash, or you can do 60 feet with a dash.
Okay, great. How? Sorry, I'm having
So
trouble
I
seeing
do
the-
believe from where you are, 45. So you can almost get to him this round, or you can get to him this round.
I'm gonna get to him this round.
All right. Anna makes the charge directly towards him.
Yeah.
This dude must be so intimidating. Intimidated by the urges.
And I am actually going to ask you to make an intimidation check, Anna.
Great. Fantastic.
Could we argue that it's with advantage because she just ran with like a hole in her leg, full steam ahead of this
I was
man?
very generous and granted an intimidation check
Okay.
without being prompted.
No, that was great. So that's gonna be a 23.
Right. Yes, Anna.
Just a little bit.
Have the two thieves take a step backwards from him. And he's shaking his head. He's like, it can't be. And seems very, very intimidated at this point.
It's a tie. Yeah.
And that will use Anna's movements this turn. And we go to the one on top of the cage with Vaughn. And his first action is going to give Vaughn a good boot off the cage with a 22. I will have you make an acrobatics check.
Reaction. Blood Curse of the Eyeless. I'm gonna risk it.
What?
And he essentially he sees the attack coming in. He's going to just pull up his rapier a little bit, cut his hand, throw a little bit of his blood into his eyes, and I'm going to attempt to roll a 6 to reduce that from his attack, which would take it below my AC. Right? That's not yes.
You look to me like I know.
I looked at the universe.
Come on, 6.
Those who dare win.
No, it's not enough, but I will have amplified it. So I'm going to take 3 points of necrotic damage.
Skeesh is going to take half of the total amount that you inflict on yourself.
You want us to do 1 each then? Or 2 each?
Round up or down?
We're going to do 2 each, just like we normally do with damage. All right, so each of you take 2. Vaughn, and as you splatter that blood on him, the kick goes wide, and you hear whispered into your ear, use it more. Use it more. And you feel this need almost.
Do I recognize that voice?
No. Well, actually, yes. You've
No, but
heard
yes.
that one other time.
What? When?
When you gained your abilities.
Understood.
So, he has one other action, seeing as how that didn't work. He is going to, let's see, what fun could we possibly have with you on that? All right, let's go ahead and just do it again. He's going to bring the other foot around and...
He's got both feet off the ground?
Oh, crow. Can you drop that white die again?
Wow, this is a record.
It's also minus another d6. Just for insult.
All right, so both
-5.
the first one somehow shifts away, and he knew he hit you. So as he leans up to do the second one, he steps and fumbles that real hard. Doesn't fall off, but he looks quite surprised at what has happened here, and very insulted at the fact that he's just splattered blood all the way across him. Not invited blood either.
It wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to assume that a 13 doesn't beat your DC on that.
No, it does not.
16 is your DC? What is your DC on that?
It's 15.
15. All right. So that is 20, 3d8 radiant.
Wait, this one. Yeah.
Whatever that number is what it is for the rest of the round.
Oh, nice.
So it is, you don't have to re-roll it until the next time.
All right.
Okay.
That is 10 radiant damage.
All right. And as he is making these motions, Vaughn, the spirits that have been shifting and circling around here begin battering him and just slamming into him. And he's... And you can see that it has definitely done some damage to him. And he looks quite confused at the moment, like, what? And that is going to wrap up his actions this round, and we are going to move down to Vaughn fully. And I believe you burned a reaction on that, so that is done.
I got it back. I recognize the voice from when I first got the powers. Can I do that slow motion look around the room to see how everyone's doing? And I notice that there's now people come back from the dead. I can still see Sep the Blade up there watching all of this, so there's still more to be done after all of this. Oh, gracious DM, if you'll allow it, I want to reach out to whatever voice just connected with me. And I'd like to lean into it, and I'd like to see if I can take control over all of the undead in this space.
Yes. You take control over them. Yes.
You serve us. You serve
And
Granitegard.
as he... Never mind. We'll talk about that later. You take control.
I sick them on the rest of them. All the enemies. Everyone who is left.
All right. We'll get to their action here in a moment. And that will consume your turn, I do believe.
Holy macaroni.
All right.
Is there a visible change in the undead for the rest of us?
We'll have to talk about that when we get there. So, the Shadow Strider, who's still up and active at this point in time, he is going to pull out another one of those shafts. And he looks at Echo.
Oh, this guy.
And as opposed to aiming for your leg, he is aiming for the center section.
Oh no.
Reaction.
Yes.
I'd like to put a potato on top of, or on the tip of that arrow, possibly messing with the balance of this finely tuned creation.
I'd like to put a potato on it.
Maybe causing that grappling hook to open early. For the final charge of frying pan.
Worth it.
So this is why we DM, for moments like this. All right. He fires the shaft, and Echo, as you look over, you see it traveling through the air at you, and you're like, you know that this is going to possibly kill you. There's not a second's hesitation. And all of a sudden, for whatever reason, it will probably replay in your mind years to come down the road of how a potato fell from the air.
Nature works in mysterious ways.
And somehow the giant broad head of this, I mean, we're talking like an arrowhead, like about yay big, and flared out, buries itself with the potato, and it droops down, goes through the bars of the cage right next to Skeech and hits the ground, and buries itself in the ground, and does not strike you.
Never underestimate the root plant.
It's a tuber.
Oh my goodness! Yes. So yes, the Shadow Strider's like, you can see him looking about. He's like and begins fidgeting about on his belt. And that is his actions this round.
That was
The Reverend
amazing.
Goodberries. It would be, I believe, yes, your turn in the rotation.
So, still, it's swirling. You hear the angels singing, doves flying around me, and then I look over at the zealot and his two lackeys, and I pull out that same piece of mica. Die! And I shatter at their in between the three of them, but missing Anna.
Thank you.
So they'll do a con save.
All right, I have an 18. I have a 12. I have a 7.
14. So they'll take, if they passed, they'll take 7 damage. If they fail, they'll take 14 damage.
Passed.
All right, so the Shadow Zealot takes 14. And drop the 2 thieves, please. That removes them from the rotation.
And then the person in front of me who I believe doesn't have a weapon but is standing in the middle of the spirit gardens, spirit guardians.
Yeah, he's in the Guard of the Spirits.
I point my rapier at him and I say, kneel. So he's just gonna have to, he cannot, if he fails the command, he can't move it. He's just gonna have to sit in the spirit guardians.
And he kneels.
All right.
River did not come to play. And so now I run past him. I'm trying to get to.
What have we become?
I'm just running straight at the. I'm gonna run straight at the bow guy because he's made me very upset.
That dead body is actually laying. No, but that unconscious body is actually laying on the door. Yep.
Spit on him as I run past.
Free action spit.
All right. And
Roll for damage.
there I am.
Just kidding. All right. You run past the zombies that are looking. They don't even take a swing or action or seem to react to you. All right, that is the Reverend's turn. We're gonna move over to Mary at this point in time. Mary, what are you doing?
Okay, so Yip Yip is in the cage. Is it still being pushed in? Is that right?
You can see that the guy that was trying to do it is laying on the ground. There's a giant puddle of crimson all around his head. That Sky is kind of backpedaling away from.
Is that giant bolt holding the cage where it is?
I don't know. We'll have to find out what happens when we get back around at things.
She's looking at it. I was just asking.
Well, she can't see it because the base would be blocking the view.
Okay, well, I suppose the first thing I'm going to do is, with my preserve life, I'm going to go ahead and give Echo 15 hit points.
Thank you.
All right. And I'm sure Echo is much happier about that.
I would like to borrow Sky, if possible. I'm gonna call him over. Sky, I need you to make a delivery for me. And I'm gonna put the potion that Skeech gave me previously that heals a condition. I'm gonna place it in his mouth and I'm gonna say, take this to Damon as fast as you can.
Now, I do believe that Sky ate a zombie and then ran over to where you are.
Correct.
So I do believe, unfortunately, that would have Sky's actions used this round.
Yeah, but if we could save him for next.
But I was going to say, if you don't mind, we will let that
That's
carry
fine.
through. Sky perks up, and you can see that her tail's wagging.
Okay, great.
So we have that, and since Sky's action happens in the round before yours, we will work that direction towards things. All right, moving down the line here. Anything else
Hold on,
that
I
you're
think
doing?
I still can have an action. Is that count as my action?
No, I don't. Interacting with an object.
Holding your action for another player's turn to do the move.
Yep.
So,
if you have a bonus action or a reaction, you can do something. But I don't think there's anything to react to at this moment.
I also want to move closer to any enemies. I want to force them into the radius.
If you advance towards the zealot, you could still keep both the guy that's engaging Vaughn and the one remaining thief in that ring, I believe.
Okay, so the zealot is still there, yeah?
The zealot is standing by Anna, so go ahead and pick up and move that.
So am I able to cast another spell that is not a concentration as my action? I can, right?
Unfortunately, you used your action this round. You're holding your action for Sky.
Okay.
You can do
Okay.
a cantrip, I believe, with a bonus action, correct? Nope. Okay. All right. That would be, I do believe, everything that you have at this point in time.
Okay, so does any more take damage
So everybody that...
on their turn? Okay.
Well, actually, no, that last thief would have taken his 10 points, so he's dead. Yeah, he's done. And that moves the zealot into it next round, so we'll have to deal with that next round as we come back.
Okay.
And that, unfortunately, is where we're going to have to end things this evening. But please, do come back and join us in 2 weeks when we come back from our 3 weeks, yeah. November 29th and then November 5th are our Halloween Horror one-shot. So What a cliffhanger right there.
What a
man.
cliffhanger.
You mean
Yeah,
October
cliffhanger.
29th and
October
November 5th.
29th and November 5th. Yes, I'm really good with dates. This is why, anyway, that's why I'm in charge. Thank you all very much for being with us tonight. We will see you again here next week for the Halloween Horror One-Shot, but in
Time to get spooky.
3 weeks for the next Doom City of Granitegard. So plenty of time to catch up on any episodes you might have missed. You all have a wonderful night, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.